Did it take the thumbnail or?
I don't think it really cares. I'll do the thumbnail later. Welcome to the Film Buffs podcast. We have Ian Schmitz from our last video, the Cobra Kai final fight, and we have Michael Sauer from many Teammate number 5 videos.
Wait, I think it was just one.
2, actually.
Oh yeah, 2.
Strike at Midnight and
You were the ref.
I was the
And
ref.
you
I
were
was the ref
and
for
you
the
were
Cobra
filming.
video.
Yeah,
So,
ref and filmer. Mike has a wide variety of things that he does on the channel. So let's get into it. What should we start for our first episode?
I think we decided on Star Wars. We're gonna start by talking about the original trilogy, and then the prequels, and then the sequels, and the show. So all kind of like.
So do we all agree that the
the
original trilogy is better, or is like?
I think the original trilogy is I'd say it's in the first 2 movies especially, it's pretty untouchable. It's like really, really, really hard to like poke at it. Like sure you could say the effects are like you can't even never mind. You can't even really say about that because it still holds up today.
That's true.
Which is just a testament to like how great the trilogy is.
I
That like
agree.
50 years later.
I agree. It is hard to poke at those movies because when you do find something, it then is thrown back at you by how cool it is.
Yeah, I feel like overall the original trilogy is the best.
Yeah.
I mean,
Although the weak one, I would probably argue would have to be Return of the Jedi. Like while it is a good, it's a good conclusion, but it's probably a slight
It needs some
step down.
work done.
Like
the Empire's defeated by teddy bears.
that's
I
kind
mean,
of embarrassing.
That's some
Yeah,
that's some Avatar bullshit.
It's like the quote. No, it's like the quote. Emperor Palpatine. An entire legion of my best troops awaits them, and like he said, he literally said that, and then they get defeated by teddy bears. So that's. I still get entertained by it though, so I do love that. I do love that battle, even though it's pretty funny when you think about it.
If I could rewrite that ending, I would probably have. This would be kind of cool. I would have Jabba on the moon. 'Cause here's why. They go up to him and say, "Hey, the Empire's like on your territory." He would immediately kick their asses. Then we could have Boba Fett fight everyone. That'd be kind of cool. And then Han Solo. Then that way in the opening we don't have to deal with like them going from one big monster to another, and then all this like big escape stuff. In my opinion, is the opening to that movie so long?
It's pretty.
It takes them
it's
forever.
a very complicated plan. Too.
Yeah.
Like they send in C-3PO and R2-D2, and they're selling to Jabba, and then they send in Leia to go rescue Han, and then she gets captured.
And then
Finally, Luke
Luke
comes in
is
without
going.
his lightsaber for some reason.
And Lando's already in there.
Yeah, Lando's already there, and it was crazy.
Whoever, I'm guessing it was Luke who made the plan. That was a horrible
Yeah,
plan.
that was.
Ooh, real quick, have you guys seen real quick? This might be affecting our review of the original trilogy, but have you guys seen like the original trilogy? Because you remember George Lucas re-released them with like in the special editions and like
You mean
following
with like
years.
out the
And he-
CGI and stuff
like
like that?
yeah, like
No.
do you get like
I've seen clips. I have not seen the original.
Yeah, I don't think
I
I
don't
have.
think I've ever seen the original.
I have like I have tapes, but I think those are the special editions.
I remember when I was really young and I was watching Return of the Jedi, and at the end it showed Anakin's Force ghosts of him, like hating Christian shit.
Yeah.
I was like, what? How did they do that?
It's fun when you're a kid.
I
'cause,
only
like,
recently
it's
discovered that there was like a different alternate.
Yeah, it was
version
an old
where
one.
there was like I forgot the actor's name. I feel bad about it.
It was just some. It was. I wish I remember.
Like it was the
saying-
actor that actually died in front of in Luke's arms.
Yeah.
So.
But when you're a kid, like that's just the fun of the imagination. Like, oh, they filmed that scene. It's fun when you're a kid and you tell your kid, yeah, they filmed that scene like years before Revenge of the Sith, and oh, what you it's having fun with the imagination of the characters. That's why I don't really care about the special edition. Yes, some of the CGI is not needed, but at the same time, it doesn't really distract from the story unless it's way in your face.
Do you guys see that remake on YouTube, with Vader versus Kenobi fight?
I would rather.
I did, but the thing it's good, but
It's clearly fan made.
It's clearly fan made, and you can tell you can just tell it's not it would be very awkward to have that in the movie.
Yeah, it's true. Because the lightsabers are completely different. They look more up to date than.
Am I the one who doesn't I've noticed something. Whenever they have a lightsaber duel now, there's always sparks going off the lightsabers. I've never seen that in the movies. Why are they? Yeah, am I the one who finds that a bit
wait, hold
irritating?
up. We're talking about like. So when you say sparks, like this is new movies, right?
No, this is like in Obi-Wan. They had like sparks coming off the lightsaber.
The lightsaber just look different in general.
Yeah.
Well, so like I think the problem is
Like,
that
I
over a
don't.
40-year history. Sorry, it's like over a 40-year history. Lightsabers have, they like how they design them have kind of changed a bit. I think.
No, I'm not talking about like how they like design it. I know there's like dust that comes off in the original stuff. I'm talking about like now, like whenever they fight, sparks come off them like they're medieval swords. But when you watch Revenge of the Sith or like any of the old movies, sparks don't come off those things once. So why are sparks coming off? It's just like it's weird. It's just.
I think they're just trying to evolve the lightsaber, and it's not really.
But they
working
still.
out.
I mean, that was never really a problem. That was not. I never really noticed the sparks too much.
And
I think
then
I always
yeah.
felt like there is definitely like a discrepancy in quality between each trilogy's lightsaber duels. All right, well, I think at this point we've started to move beyond the original trilogy now. So
That's all right.
should we just move? So overall, I think we give the original
How would you rate
trilogy
it though? How would you rate
a
it?
9 out of 10 because it's basically near perfect except like there's some like small little
Defects.
flaws.
All right.
Maybe
What
even
do
a
you rate?
9.5.
I give it a 10 out of 10 because it just made my childhood.
Okay.
And
cool.
like and like Darth Vader legitimately scared me.
Exactly. Yeah. He never scared me. I always just.
Oh, I was terrified.
I always just wanted to be the villain because it was just more fun.
Well, yeah, because you're like British and all that stuff.
Yeah, you are really British. Yeah.
You
well,
are.
You're not British. You act British.
I act British.
Oh, I'm
Is
telling you,
it
whenever we
so
do like
bad to
whenever we're
act
doing
British?
like choreography for some kind of
Okay,
video, he
sometimes.
like does a fencing move and starts acting British. It's hilarious.
Yeah, because
That's
it's
true.
fun.
Sure, but then it becomes an addiction. Anyway, Schmitz, how would you rate it?
I'd probably give it an 8.5 or maybe an 8 out of 10. I mean,
It's
didn't
like
as
great.
much as you guys. It's just a great. It's I mean, all three are.
Was it like not as much as part of your childhood?
Yeah, I mean,
Like yeah, that makes sense.
I'm
For me,
thinking
the
other
prequels were-
franchises.
Yeah. It's like when we cover Lord of the Rings, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna cover it more highly than you guys did because I
Yeah.
watched that when I was young.
Because it's basically Game of Thrones.
It's
And then Game of
actually
Thrones
not.
is basically
It's very
Norse,
they're very
it's basically no Game of Thrones
Don't
is
listen to
basically Norse mythology without Thor because they have like ice giants and shit, and then they have like
It's Giants.
We have some,
Peter Dinklage.
we have some
is-
basic views here too, so be warned.
All right. Prequels. Anybody want to start off with the prequels?
Revenge of the Sith is the only good prequel. I've never heard someone say Attack of the Clones is the greatest.
You know
prequel
what?
of all time.
I'd say Phantom Menace. I found that like this is just me. I think it's really just me. But I actually really like the Phantom Menace. Just like going back, I just like it. I don't know
Yeah.
why. It's just like I could skip. Or like I can just. It's like a nice little standalone story that happens like before the events of like when then like. It's really just like a nice little tale. to,
But that's
like,
what the
watch.
Clone Wars is basically. It's a standalone type
Exactly.
thing.
Darth Maul is great. Like in both Clone Wars and in Phantom Menace.
Because they gave him like a Shakespearean level type
Yeah.
character, and that's the character arc, and that's why so many people love him.
He was probably he was the best parts of Phantom Menace was because he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything.
He just like a menacing presence, you know.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, those are like the only lines. Yeah, those are the only lines he says in that movie.
Yeah, I feel like the first and second movie. I mean, I like the first part a little bit better.
I think
But
it kind of goes like this.
I
It's
feel like they're both like pretty decent, like okay. And then Revenge of the Sith is just.
It's like-
Revenge is my favorite.
it's like Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and then it goes
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith. So yeah, really well, which is good because like him nailing the ending of nailing Revenge of the Sith, I think was the most important part.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't get that part, I doubt people would be like, oh, the prequels are better than the sequels. No, people would probably hate both trilogies equally if he fucked up the ending. But luckily he did it. So
Yeah. There's
Well,
a lot. Go ahead.
No, you got it.
I was just gonna say there's a lot of like hate, like publicly on the prequels, and honestly, I don't think it deserves as much hate as it gets from
No.
this. I mean, there's a lot of it.
It's mainly aimed towards like Jar Jar and the dialogue. That's about it.
You guys have heard of the Darth Jar Jar.
Oh, everyone's heard of the
So funny.
Jar Jar theory.
People who haven't seen Star Wars have heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
But yeah, so yeah, prequels.
I've had some people say like they love they love Jar Jar whenever they hear him. Like one person came to me and said, "I love Jar Jar. Whenever I see him, I immediately think of Jamaica." I'm like, "Well, you clearly are messed up in the head, my friend."
Yeah.
But yeah, prequels. They only have one good prequel. I literally just watch Revenge of the Sith. I don't watch any of the other.
There's like a bad prequel, although okay, well, it has a good actually even the battle doesn't make too much sense because it's like bad tactics and stuff. I hate the fact that I watched a YouTube video about like how the tactics were terrible, and now I can't enjoy the battle anymore.
In what movie?
In Attack of the Clones, it's they had really bad tactics.
It's just cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's like very I honestly when I was younger,
do you know how many
I just skipped to the end and watched the battle. Honestly,
do you know how many people? Do you know how many war crimes were committed in the Clone Wars alone? It's best not to think about it.
Remember, kids, if there's no Geneva Convention, then you can't be tried for you can't be prosecuted for war crimes because there's no Geneva Convention.
Weren't there like 6 lightsaber battles in Revenge of the Sith? I felt like that
there was a lot. Let's see. There was.
It's basically the Clone Wars. It's what Clone Wars was going.
Although Grievous was nerfed heavily.
Yeah.
What's your favorite version of Grievous? Do you like Clone Wars?
Honestly.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Is it 2003 or Clone Wars or?
For my own series, 2000 Iron, my robot character Iron, he is inspired by 2003 Grievous Clone Wars. I take heavy inspiration from him just because that was a machine that knew how to kill Jedi. And that was a machine to be feared like Darth Vader.
I just like the whole horror aspect, and they got someone to do that Grievous pretty well. It was Genndy Tartakovsky, who's done Samurai Jack, Primal, which is a really good show you guys should check out. It's about a caveman and a dinosaur. He's killing everyone every episode. It's a great show. Yeah, I like 2003 Grievous because he's just a fucking monster. What do you like? Which Grievous do you like?
I gotta be honest, I'm not that interested in Grievous, so I don't know. I haven't put much thought into it. And I haven't seen 2003 one in a while, so I have to go rewatch that again.
Alright, should we move on to rate?
Yeah, rating. Yeah, go ahead.
So I'd say okay, I'll just go first. I would rate the trilogy as a 7 to a 6.5, and that's mainly held up by Phantom Menace for me being decent and Revenge of the Sith being pretty good. So for me, that's how it is.
8 out of 10, because there's 2 bad movies before the good one.
Wait,
sorry.
how does that work?
Yeah, you
I gave it a lower score, but I thought 2 movies would be good.
Wow, you get high rating. It's not gonna lie. 8 for 2 bad movies and 1 good movie?
Yeah. I guess. Okay, I guess.
It takes a lot to change. Oh, wait until we get to the sequels.
We'll get there.
His favorites. Anyway, go on.
Hold on, we're not there yet.
Probably give it 7.5, just because the first 2 are not great, but in my opinion, they're watchable, and then Revenge is my favorite. Yes, it's so good.
Wanna know why I gave the original trilogy a 9 out of 10? Oh wait, no, I gave it a 10 out of
You
10.
can
Never mind.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about your favorite.
Yeah,
The
the
sequels. Woo. Okay.
Well,
Before,
no.
no.
I have hatred for the sequels.
But before we get into it, let's talk about the hype that we got when we
We'll be
first saw.
civilized,
Shut up.
I'm civilized. Okay, sorry.
Let's talk about the hype that we all got when we first saw the Force Awakens trailer. How excited were you guys to see that Star Wars was coming?
Yeah, I remember that my dad told me so I knew of the director J.J. Abrams because those the reboot Star Trek those first 2 movies Star Trek in 2007 and Star Trek Into Darkness. So I had seen those movies and I liked those movies and I actually really liked those movies. So when my dad told me that the same director was returning to direct the new trilogy, I was actually pretty excited.
I think a lot of people were excited.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest for me, I kind of watched the first 6 maybe 2 years or a year before that movie came out. So I was you guys put my God, Star Wars coming back. I was like, oh, okay, they're making another one. I guess I gotta go back to the theater.
I was kind of
Gotta go back to the theaters. The thing
That
is,
was
you gotta go back
that was
and watch
me.
them again.
That was me with Marvel. That was basically me with Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh, God, Marvel.
Alright, but we'll get.
I remember my dad saw the trailer and he was like, "You gotta watch this." So he's sitting on a chair. We all crowd around him, watch it. Then that like Han Solo and Chewie scene comes up, like Chewie, we're home.
Yeah.
You're like, I literally just lost my shit. I went,
So
holy
So
crap!
much nostalgia baiting.
Little did we know that ruined his character.
Yeah, so
Oh,
much nostalgia.
They
baiting.
nerfed Solo so hard. But I was just so excited to see like a current Star Wars.
Yeah, that was.
And in theaters, so I'm like thinking, man, think of like what you could do with like the space battles and all
The,
that stuff.
the trailer is endlessly rewatchable though. It's like
Oh, yeah.
such a good, like they did a good job with that trailer.
Not gonna lie, when I got out of the theater for Force Awakens, I was like, that was pretty good.
Yeah, same. I liked it too.
That was a good movie. I liked it.
I was upset because they killed Han Solo because I was starting to like his character, but I was the same. I was like, it was a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. I mean, I think it's still pretty good, but it kind of got ruined.
I still felt more emotion in Revenge of the Sith ending than I did for Han's death. I'm not gonna lie.
It kind of made Han a loser, dude. Like he lost his ship and his
Leia
are separated,
and that's-
his kids, and
that's
the
like
dark
an-
side, and
That's an
one
underlying
thing you
problem.
should. That's one thing you should never do to a character when they give a happy ending. Keep them in the end. Keep them in
But,
the
like,
happiness.
yeah.
Don't like take them out of it.
yeah.
Someone
Like,
wants to see
that's
the
the
person
problem.
who fought
Like,
for
with the
too
entire-
long
yeah, oh, wait.
to like get their whole thing together and then they lose it like without even letting us know. So like, or without letting us see it.
Like
So they
to me, like that speaks as like to the unoriginality of the entire movie, which is probably its biggest drawback, is that like it's basically a carbon copy of A New Hope, like down to all the characters. Like Han has reverted back to like the smuggler because I don't know, J.J. Abrams couldn't think of anything else for him to do, and Leia is back to being the leader for the rebellion, and we have a freaking droid that has important plans to be sent, that needs to be sent to the resistance, which is it's a very stupid name. I'm sorry.
Hey, what's your opinion on the First Order?
The First Order is so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Like, when I asked people what the name meant, they couldn't explain it to me. It's like,
When I first heard,
what does the First Order mean?
When I first heard First Order, like I was watching it, I'm like, is there a second order too?
What does that mean?
I didn't think about it because like I'm just thinking that's a pretty good name, but like it's got like have some
It needs
sense.
to be explained,
Yeah.
which is why. Oh, this is basically what the sequel trilogy. This is why it's worse than the prequels, is because like we said before in our rating of the prequels, it started off decent and then bad, and then it got better.
Mhm.
While the Force Awakens is like the opposite. Force Awakens is like it's sort of up here, and then it just got down. It just crashed
straight
right
down.
So
With that being said,
it's like the opposite effect. So nailing the start and then
When
fumbling
he
the
gets
end.
on a tangent, he's like a jukebox. Just let it play out until the next song comes on.
But yeah, that kind of underlies The Force Awakens is like a bad movie. It lacked originality. It had potential though. I will say this: it had great potential because it's like I think the unoriginality would have been okay if the subsequent movies had done a good job, which we'll get
and also
to
let's
now.
not forget Finn just gets nerfed.
Yep,
After that movie.
he doesn't get nerfed. He gets nerfed, but he also is not even like the main focus anymore. He's kind of like a sideline.
Yeah, he
And-
was
and
teased as becoming like a stormtrooper turned Jedi, and
Yeah.
all the posters he had a freaking
He was the most
lightsaber.
interesting. He had so much potential, and they just didn't do anything with it. With
And
that being said, should we move on to the Last Jedi?
The
now?
Last Jedi,
All of our favorite is it's our Last Jedi. Is everybody's favorite here.
Oh, love that movie. I mean, the fucking Rose and Finn story. I've never seen peak cinema like that.
Michael's
It
about
just-
to kill himself.
It just makes anytime I watch that movie, I'm like, there's no problems with this movie. I have no problem. I'm lying through my teeth. I can't.
Jesus.
I
Next
can't
time I
keep
need
going.
beer.
Yeah, we're all joking, by the way. The Last Jedi, we all think it sucks. So.
Except for the cinematography. Great cinematography. I'll give it that. But the way
yeah,
they
you
kill-
can you can freaking shoot you can do so many great camera tricks to make a fucking make a fucking chair look like a broken chair look good, but it's still a broken chair and it's fucking stupid.
Honestly,
Sounds like IKEA's branding.
yeah. Honestly, Rose and Finn was a horrible part in that.
Yeah.
But what was even worse was Luke Skywalker. I thought that was
It was
awful.
It was hobo.
How to,
I don't want.
this
I don't
is
want.
this is peak character assassination 101.
Oh my god, yes. I think.
Yeah.
I don't want angry hobo Luke. I want cool Luke. I want the Luke we got in the Mandalorian.
I think, like, yeah, he shouldn't have been like. I mean, they could have made him. This could have worked if, like, he could have been like, wary and like a wiser mentor and not be as hopeful as he was. But he should still have hope, because this is the guy who literally thought, like, he still believed that there was good in, like, the second most evil person in the galaxy, and he was right. So it makes more sense for him to still believe in that ideal, since he was right. Like, he was proven right, which is an important thing in the Return of the Jedi, because him being proven right means that he would probably still believe in this idea even more, like, when we see him again. So him immediately, like, when he sees, like, Kylo Ren, which was also a stupid name too, when he sees Kylo, oh, we haven't even talked about Kylo Ren.
What's your opinion on Hux, Snoke, and the what's your opinion on the Stormtrooper designs? I want to know the
Stormtrooper designs look like clown makeup.
Yeah.
They look pretty bad.
In
I'm
the
not gonna
trilogy,
lie.
Stormtroopers are so much better looking. They both equally suck, but
Every design is better than the sequel trilogy
That's
Stormtroopers.
true. And Hux had promised in The Force Awakens, like a lot of things, he was basically Ginger Hitler, which I was okay with.
He was funny.
And then I was okay with
I
that.
love the video of today
Oh,
is my birthday. Yeah.
No, I like there's a video of him saying that, and, like, there's a German dub.
Oh,
It's so.
it's.
It's Germans watching that would probably have flashbacks.
and
Jesus.
Michael.
But yeah, and he was turned into like a freaking clown in the. Sorry, I'm sorry, man.
It's alright.
He was turned into a clown basically in the first scene of The Last Jedi
It was
when
funny.
Poe insulted his mother. Well, it's not. Star Wars is. Oh wait, that's another problem I have. Is that these movies very much felt like they were trying to copy Marvel by the end.
Oh,
And that's not good, because if you know, Star Wars is not Marvel, okay? Yeah.
You were saying like a couple minutes ago about how, like, Luke Skywalker saw good in like one of the most evil people in the galaxy,
Darth Vader.
and yet he tried to kill his nephew because he had some thoughts about it.
Fuck this kid. Just
I mean,
murder
that's
him.
just that's I think that was so
I would take
stupid.
that entire scene out.
Yeah, that was
That actually brings me to my next thing. We're planning on rewriting the sequels.
Yeah.
And
It's never gonna see the light of day. We'll do it.
What do you mean? It's never gonna see like I'm gonna bring it to Disney and say, hey, this is what you need to do.
you just retcon the sequels.
They've retconned Legends. Might as well retcon. It doesn't matter.
See, for me, Star Wars is like an abusive relationship. It's like, I've been hurt so many times. I just don't feel anything anymore. I just don't feel
For all the
anything
people
anymore.
who kind of don't know what an abusive relationship is, think about what Amber Heard and Johnny Depp was. It's basically that.
Hopefully that doesn't become a dated reference.
It's. I don't think it will.
If there's another famous case, it probably will be forgotten and figure out that one.
I'm always. Gonna
But anyways,
do that.
okay, we're here to talk about Star Wars. Sorry.
I don't even want to rate the sequels. We already know.
All
No, we should get
We
to
still
the
have
end.
one more movie to talk about, guys.
Okay, the Rise of, so here's when the trilogy really.
Wait.
fucked
I got
up.
a great idea. Me and Ian talk first, and then when we get to you, you just
You just
let it all
spill.
out.
Okay.
Just
okay.
wait, do not say a thing. Just let me and
Okay.
Ian.
Okay.
Ladies first.
Okay. I'm gonna start out by saying the first scene in that movie where Kylo Ren goes to Exegol, and he's like, do you guys remember this? Where he's the lightning
Yes.
planet,
The
Yeah,
fucking
and he
Sith
goes,
wayfinder
and he
thing.
goes like underground in that the building. I don't know what that is, but
The Sith temp. I don't know the
Yeah.
Sith. I just called it the Sith.
not gonna lie, when I heard Darth Vader's voice like speaking to him, I thought that was pretty badass. Like, do you guys remember that?
He came back to
Yeah.
do those lines too. He
Yeah.
came back to do
I
that.
thought that was sick.
And then
But unfortunately, the rest of the movie was, it was just, I'm gonna skip ahead to the end, and like you said, they copied Marvel by, like, you know how in Endgame they all came back through the portals and everybody was coming through, and in The Rise of Skywalker, of course, the surprise moment, like, 80 billion ships come out of
80
nowhere,
fucking billion
and
shit.
they fight all the undead Star Destroyers or whatever.
I didn't even, yeah, that's another thing. I
And they
didn't
all
even-
have Death Star cannons, which is like should be so OP.
And they're not.
Yeah.
To be honest, like you could that battle could easily be rewatched. It's so easy to do that battle properly. You're gonna get your chance. You're gonna get your chance. Stop looking at me with angerous intent.
Bro, the somehow Palpatine return line, like I was in the theater, I was like,
A screenwriter.
Wrote that line.
yeah, and
Paid by the letter.
I could tell Oscar Isaac when he stood out, he was like, oh yeah,
No. In his head, he's like, just 2 more years till Moon Knight. Just 2 more years till Moon Knight.
Oh yeah, John Boyega who plays Finn, like he's as dumb of Star. He's not.
Oh, he hates it.
Oh yeah,
He's not coming
He's had
back.
like a lot of interviews saying like how he hated his part and how they used his character.
I don't blame him.
Oscar Isaac is a little more forgiving. Like he might come back, but he doesn't love
I
it.
doubt it. What would they put him in?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, can I talk now?
No.
I haven't said anything.
Go ahead. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's your take now.
So, I came into this movie giving it high hopes. I was like, this could probably save the franchise. This couldn't. At the same time, The Mandalorian was out for a while. Mandalorian was kind of kicking its butt. So I thought, okay, let's just see this movie. Let's hope it does okay.
He was.
I'm
he
guys,
was
shut
blind-
up, shut
He was
up, shut
blinded
up,
by the
shut up,
Mandalorian
shut up,
success.
shut up, shut up. I
Sorry.
need duct tape. I need duct tape for you sometimes.
Fuck, they can't hold me back, dude. All right, go on.
Anyways, so I was excited to see Palpatine again because I love the guy who plays him. He has a ball with when he's playing the character, and I was just excited to see him. They used him poorly, and I was so sad because he was. It was just a bad movie. Finn, we're learning about Poe now for some reason. We're not, and like there's stormtroopers that like rebelled. We didn't even know about, and it's just, and then anything that Rey does, the Force is telling her to do it.
Oh, yeah,
The
we
fake
haven't
out of killing Chewie, I've never been more pissed. The fucking killing of Hux, never have I been more pissed at an underwhelming death.
Yeah.
That is horrible.
Oh, yeah,
That is a horrible way to kill a character.
Like that
who
General Pride
needs-
character basically took his place.
Yeah, he was Tarkin.
Yeah.
So, and then Luke Skywalker not even grabbing a lightsaber as a Force ghost. It's just a horrible movie.
I'm
It's just a
gonna add something.
Horrible movie.
I know you guys said the First Order suits are horrible.
Yeah.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I thought the Final Order suits were pretty badass.
I do like red. I
Like
love
the, like the red with like, I thought that was sick.
Red is my favorite color. If anything red's on it, well, for some things, I love it.
Yeah.
I hate it because I just found it to be stupid.
It was like too over.
I just found it in poor taste. It was just like,
It was kind of irrelevant. Not gonna
My only other favorite scene in that movie is the scene between Ben and Han on the old Death Star, and they're just talking, and that's you could take it in or out, but it's a great scene.
Could someone explain that to me? Because I feel like
What scene?
like the Han and Kylo Ren, like what they talk.
oh,
like,
so
how
that
is he
was that was Kylo Ren having mental illness because
Okay.
so that is not a Force ghost. That
Yeah,
apparently
'cause he's
is a quote
yeah.
memory that Kylo Ren has that is a fictitious memory, and his father forgives him. So, but really, it's very bad. It's never explained. So it just gives off the impression that Kylo Ren forgave himself, which is not what you're supposed to do when it comes to redemption arcs.
Also, how can Luke use the Force and hold a lightsaber as a Force ghost?
Oh, it'd be super easy, barely an
Oh yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst part too, is because like the original trilogy did a good job of like Force ghosts can like appear to you, but they can't interact with the real world. Well, Last Jedi, Yoda fucking summons lightning and like destroys like the sacred Jedi text.
Oh, I forgot about Yoda was in that movie. I was actually, when I saw that in theaters, everyone was like going
Because
crazy
they-
because they're like, because it's Yoda. Who doesn't love Yoda?
I mean, I don't when he's used poorly. Anyway.
All right, let it out, Sour.
Okay, so let's see. Starting off, so I just knew this movie was gonna be bad because I never even saw it in theaters. In fact, I saw it like one time at home, and I watched reviews of the movie more than I did the actual movie. Which, you know what, that was a good move because the movie itself really sucks. So you really only need to see it once. So basically,
Now I know how not Marvel fans feel. They stay and see the movie, they just watch the reviews. Go on.
so basically, you know how earlier we were talking about like how The Force Awakens was kind of just like it was setting things up, and then The Last Jedi kind of just came in and like changed the course and direction of like the series. So all this movie really had to do was just kind of follow up on The Last Jedi. I mean, it would have been great, but it probably would have been better than what they actually tried to do, which was change course again. Like this movie is more of a sequel to The Force Awakens than it is to The Last Jedi. Just because like it has like a different because
Because JJ's taking over.
yeah, this is also another weird thing is that J.J. Abrams did not direct all three of these movies. If he had, this series probably would have been a perfectly safe, like,
A little bit okay.
it would have been an okay thing, like, it would have been an okay trilogy at the best. But no, they didn't do that. So basically, let's see here, who should we start with? Let's start with Rey. So Rey, so
Let's-
fucking
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Dude, it's gonna be endless, bro.
So-
we could go on and talk about Ray forever.
I'm gonna summarize this. So basically,
She's a Mary Sue.
yeah, so what they did was so I initially hated this in The Last Jedi is that they like just said her parents were no one when like we were baited into thinking, oh, she must be like like related to someone important.
Everybody thought it was Kenobi.
I
Yes,
don't get
I
Kenobi.
thought it was
I don't
Kenobi.
understand the Kenobi.
I think it was just a theory.
Oh, I remember this when I was when like years before the last Rise of Skywalker came out. There was like a video of like Rey secretly the granddaughter of Palpatine.
Rey Kenobi? Yeah, I saw that video.
I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense. She's like doing like kind of how Palpatine like fights, and
Yeah.
then it came true. I was like, and like years later, my friend told me, he was like, yo, there was a video made about this like years before. I was like, holy shit.
But basically, like that's the problem. Is that I initially disliked it, but then I realized they could have worked off it. Like they could have like had some message about like, hey, you don't have to be related to like a powerful force user to be like become powerful, and like they could have had her struggle with like being a nobody.
Which is why, but they already had that. It was Finn. She just had Finn been the main guy.
Exactly.
Yes.
We're talking about Rey right now, though. But basically, what they did wrong
We
with
could go
her
on and on
was
about
that
Rey,
they
though.
made like I'm summarizing. So basically, they made her related to fucking Emperor Palpatine for some reason. And Emperor Palpatine is back from this movie because they killed Snoke off. Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about Snoke. So Snoke, remember? Yeah, see? So basically Snoke was like Kylo Ren's boss who apparently tempted him to the dark side. And I still don't know who he is. Like,
He's a clone of something.
Yeah. Like he would.
No,
there was,
he's
like, a bunch
not.
of-
Yeah,
yeah,
he
there's
is.
a bunch of clones made.
no,
of him.
I only watched the movie, and the movie didn't explain it to me. So that means I don't know who he is.
It was-
You can't convince me to go look up a fucking comic or go look
There's
up
not a
fucking
comic,
article.
it's in the movie. He's like, there are clones of Snoke in a tank.
But
on
who
X-
is Snoke?
Clones of Palpatine.
Yeah, I think he's like a Palpatine type thing.
Yeah.
Which was also really stupid.
It's really stupid though.
And it's best to always think that everything is done by Palpatine, because
Yeah.
I mean, who else
Dude,
is-
I've heard in Legends that he was like Palpatine actually did clone himself, but they don't explain it in the movie, so it doesn't count.
and also Legends is a canon. So what the hell? Why did they bring him back? He should have stayed dead.
Because Snoke was dead and they didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So-
So Kylo Ren the main villain, dude.
Could just had Kylo
Oh,
Ren.
Kylo Ren. So
He was actually like the only decent character in the whole entire show.
So
The entire show.
Entire series.
this is
God, I
going.
could not imagine that
So-
being a show.
I'll just end with this. So, unpopular opinion for even people that dislike the sequels, they say Kylo Ren was a good character. No, he was not. Okay, he was not a good character because
It's
one.
like saying Patrick Bateman's a good character.
Exactly. Kind of. Oh boy. But basically, yeah, so they did a good job with him, sort of, in The Force Awakens. They did a huge mistake by him taking off his mask early on because, you know, there was no more mystery about.
I'll give him this though. He does look like Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher.
His name
May
is
she
stupid,
rest in
though.
peace. May she rest in peace.
Of course.
I miss her. She was a great actress. The
Couldn't
series.
say- couldn't- they, oh, that's another stupid thing too, is that they kept her alive for some reason in
Well, how do you kill off a character that legendary like that? Like you can't. Either you do an off-screen death or you do.
They had a perfect.
Well, I mean, if you did an
They
off-screen
could have
death,
done it in the last Jedi.
you would understand though, because she actually died in real life.
Yeah, everyone would have been fine, but like, that's a legendary character. Like that's like, in my opinion, the best like female lead, like female character who was written properly, like way before its time.
That's true,
and
true.
I just can't. I couldn't like imagine them saying Leia Organa has died in battle during the fucking opening crawl. I would have. Yeah, you said you could have taken her out in The Last Jedi, but even that was underwhelming. That's the problem with this series. It's underwhelming.
Yeah.
They have ideas that don't go anywhere. They have ideas that don't
No, the
lead to
ideas that
anything,
they
or
do
they're
go
cut
with,
off.
The ideas that they do go with are just bad, like
Yeah.
Kylo Ren.
And like I said, they sometimes don't lead to anything. They are cut off, like with Hux being killed off halfway through the movie, and then
Can I ask you guys a question? Do you guys think that Kylo Ren went on a redemption arc?
no.
Because technically, he does basically.
Yeah, he
In
does.
the in the last, I almost called it The Last Skywalker. In the Rise of Skywalker, he basically goes on a redemption arc.
We can skip.
You guys want to skip?
You want to skip? I mean, I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with skipping too. I don't really care.
Oh, don't worry about that.
It's
something
kind of
between us.
suspicious if we all skip. Like, Coach would be like, Drew, Michael, and Ian are here. I wonder where.
Are they gonna watch this? They're not gonna watch this.
Well,
Oh,
I
if
mean-
you're wondering, like we have like pressing like engagement to get to, but
we'd rather be here.
we'd rather be telling you our opinions.
With
Okay. Let's just get away from Let's just get away from the whole sequence.
Wait, real quick.
We gotta let him finish his rant.
I gotta
Okay.
finish my rant on Kylo Ren. So basically, his writing is what I call consistently inconsistent. Inconsistent or same thing. I don't know. Basically, in The Force Awakens, he was pretty decent. But they should have stuck with his decision for him to be in the dark side with him killing Han. Like that should have been a point of no return. It's like once he did that,
And then you
there's
say
nothing
like
he could have done.
in Last Jedi it had some ideas. Can we agree with this? It had some ideas.
You know what? Yeah, it did have some ideas.
Like him wanting to end all the old stuff that was staying around.
Wanting to end both the endless
This is a
cycle
guy.
of the Jedi and the
His
Sith
motive
could have been pretty
we should be
good.
agreeing with him. Like, yeah, the old ways are done. The Jedi have problems. The Sith have problems.
But they failed on this. But the writers weren't smart enough to realize.
This is why you need Thrawn. This is why we need Thrawn.
I wish he was in
all
one
the
show, and that show was
Rebels.
all the casual fans watching right now have no idea who that is.
You know who Thrawn is?
All the
He's
casual
a great character.
There's nobody watching right now.
He's a great character. Great
I
soprano.
hope. Thank you for anyone who is actually watching this.
I doubt it, but hey, thank you. If
I
you
can't
are.
tell.
Thank you. It's
Yeah, you gotta look at Instagram.
That's been up there for a while. I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
do not want to go to the camera and scroll
Yeah,
up.
me neither.
But anyways, so Kylo Ren, huge waste of potential. He should have, he just should have had the map, and when he lost, him losing in The Force Awakens could have worked if he fucking came back as like Vader did in Empire Strikes Back, angry, and he should have had an actual scar. Because if you remember in The Force Awakens, Rey fucking slashes upside his head, and all he has in the Last Jedi, it's a little cut. That's all he has.
Yeah.
Actually,
He
last
should have
show,
been.
he had
He
fucking
should have been
frames.
physically deformed. He
Yeah.
should have been like Tyrion.
He should have looked
in
like
the
a
Game
Sith.
of Thrones books, missing his
He
nose.
should
or
have needed
something.
a reason to wear the mask.
Exactly. That would have made it so much better, but they failed that.
No,
They
here's what you
they
should have
destroyed the mask in the last.
No,
Jedi.
here's
Yeah,
what
sure they fixed it, so we're all good.
See, that's the symbolism of how JJ just turned his back on the Last Jedi. The Last Jedi
Right.
set a new course, and then he's like,
It's clear that
"We're putting it back together."
It's
baby."
clear that JJ did not like The Last Jedi, so he wanted to kind of redo.
He also didn't like the
everything.
prequels. That's what the sequel trilogy is. It's anti-prequel.
Yeah.
Where people started loving the prequels.
Yeah. These movies certainly made people appreciate them more, including me. Even though I
Same.
liked them beforehand, but they made me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love
it. Makes the prequels better, actually. Yeah.
No, it makes everything better.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to our final rating of the sequel trilogy.
All right.
And I will give it. This might surprise you, but I'm going to give you a 3 out of 10. Okay?
Jesus
You know what?
Christ, you're crazy.
So a
3 out of 10?
Yeah.
You've changed, man.
Mainly because, like,
All
here's why. So I do give The Force Awakens credit for, like, you know, setting things up, even despite its, like, lack of originality. But I cannot forgive the colossal fuck up that was the rest of the trilogy, and the unoriginality of The Force Awakens that was ruined by the fact that the sequels fucking sucked. But yeah, that's my rating.
Alright, go ahead.
2.5 out of 10. Just, I love The Force Awakens. Cinematography in The Last Jedi is fine. The Rise of Skywalker, I just can't.
Yeah, it's pretty
with
terrible.
That movie.
I'm gonna go 1 out of 10. The reason it's getting that 1 is because The Force Awakens was still a pretty good movie, and the last 2 I just watched one time and never watched again. I probably never would.
And they said I would hate this more. I gave it the highest rating.
Yeah. It's just I don't even like it that much to even get.
You don't get too.
Yeah.
Like, you're not too
Even
passionate.
when I see it on TV and my parents are watching, I just can't stay in the room. I'm just like, this movie's like, it's been ruined.
Yeah, I just look at it as a waste of time if I watch
It really is
yeah.
just a waste of time. It's like.
It's like watching the Joss Whedon Justice League, even though
Yeah.
there is the Zack Snyder one, which is 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
But yeah, so okay, we could go on and on about talking about it, but let's move on to something.
Let's
Alright.
move on to
So, underrated
shows.
movie.
Wait, hold on.
You think the Star Wars shows?
Yeah, we should go, like I was thinking.
Are we just doing like all Star Wars?
Yeah.
let's just
Oh,
do-
okay. This also, I thought we would
so
like
let's-
have
so
something
the
else.
Star Wars show that let's take a tally. So there's Clone Wars, there's Rebels, there's
Bad Batch.
there's Resistance. Don't forget that. That Resistance one sucked.
Haven't seen that.
Exactly, I've never seen that. But Sarah, wait, what if Bad Batch, which is still in progress?
I've watched
we got
like 2 episodes of
Mandalorian
that.
I gotta be honest, it's
Boba Fett.
probably my favorite.
and Obi-Wan. So that's 7 shows.
Okay, I'm gonna start off with the Mandalorian
Yeah,
and
let's-
say that there's not, in my opinion,
Yeah.
I don't have much to talk about because it's just, in my opinion, it's just a solid show.
Yeah.
So I really don't have what to say about it. It's kind of
Same. I don't have. Let's hear. I don't have too much to say about it. I just think that this is actually just a general critique for all the Star Wars shows. I think it's just making the Star Wars universe needlessly convoluted because when you start watching the Star Wars shows, it's not going to be like Marvel where it's like actually kind of like even though we'll discuss this in a future like session, but like Marvel, even though like even if it becomes mediocre, it has like a direction that it's going for. The Star Wars shows are just like it just feels like they're putting like random bits in the gaps
In the
between the
timeline?
movies. Yeah. So it just feels very disconnected. And unlike Marvel, they're not building up to anything. They're just building like we already have the conclusion.
Yeah,
like if
just
you
the
hate the
story in the
like
world.
if you hate the sequels, the ending is basically Return of the Jedi. So in the Mandalorian is set past that.
5 years.
Yeah, exactly. And also, Mandalorians are not mentioned anywhere in the original trilogy or the prequels either.
Mhm.
So if you're a casual fan, you have no like. The Mandalorian is a good intro to it, but like you do not have to see the Mandalorian to be satisfied with Star Wars.
Yeah, isn't the Mandalorian really just kind of like Rebels?
It kind of.
Or isn't Clone Wars too? I don't remember.
Clone Wars
is-
is mentioned a lot.
Yeah,
Clone Wars is-
I feel like it's mostly in Rebels.
Yeah, but basically that's my general critique for all the shows is that they just make the Star Wars timeline needlessly convoluted when they're not even really building to anything. It's like the Emperor's dead. We have no big great enemy to fight anymore. We don't have a Thanos level threat anymore.
Yeah.
And like even if they're like there are some villain like it really isn't gonna hold the same weight because the Emperor was like the ultimate evil in the saga and the saga's over basically. All they're doing now is just filling in the gaps. But back to the Mandalorian, it's still a solid show, I can enjoy it. But if truth be told, you probably won't I'll probably watch clips of scenes, like good scenes from it on YouTube, but I'm not gonna go back and rewatch it.
I agree with that.
I'm
I
not
agree
gonna
with
go
that.
back.
I
Like,
would rewatch the show.
I don't watch
Oh, I would watch it. I would rewatch it back to from the moon and back. I love this show.
I mean, I agree with Michael. I mean, it was good on first time watching,
But yeah, it's not
But-
watchable.
I would just go back on YouTube and watch the best clips from it.
It's
I wouldn't go over.
Like I'm not saying it's bad. It's just saying I don't want to rewatch it because I don't feel like there's a point. Unlike the Star Wars, like the mainstream Star Wars 6 movies, we're not talking about the sequels. like the main 6 Star Wars movies, they're endlessly rewatchable for me because they're all building towards Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Or in the case of the prequels, they're building towards Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope.
Yeah.
So they're building on something. Well, everything else just feels like it's not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you a list of my favorite Star Wars shows, and you're gonna.
Yeah.
You gotta
Wait,
love
we're
it.
still talking about the Mandalorian. You gotta give your.
Mandalorian's top for me because it basically reinvented the entire thing. Because Star Wars, make you forget, is a spoof on stuff.
Mm.
It's a spoof on Flash Gordon. It's a spoof on samurai movies, and westerns. The Mandalorian does the exact same thing. It's a spoof on stuff, samurai and westerns, and it's just, I love it. I love the whole idea of it. I get that like some people don't like it. Some people find it weird that they're adding more characters from other parts of the show, other parts of the universe to add
And the
it.
extended lore.
But I like it. I like that we're finally getting like new Star Wars. Yeah, you can like swipe up.
So there's there's a notification.
I think we got one person watching. If we're even like, it says one person.
Dude, what's up? I love it, man. I love The Mandalorian. I love the people who are working on it. It's actually people who know what they're doing. It's Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni, the guy who made Clone Wars. That's perfect.
Yeah.
John Favreau.
I don't have.
Oh my god, the guy who pioneered the MCU, who made Iron Man. And
He made the 2019 Lion King.
Yeah.
fuck that. He had to do that
was
to
a
make
little
some
bit-
money. Sometimes you
I don't
gotta
know.
work.
He made a lot of money.
He made a lot of money off that. So
Sometimes you have to do what you don't like to make money to make what you want.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna make a remake of one of the
Alright,
best
don't-
Disney
okay,
movies, then-
Don't get me wrong. I do like. Yeah, they both John Favreau and Dave Filoni. I mostly trust them, but at the same time, I like having that wrong. Like I know we love the prequels, but George Lucas also created that cringe dialogue, and he created Revenge of the Sith, but he also created Attack of the Clones.
Where's
Yeah.
this going again?
So
What?
Where's this going?
you should be wary of don't put every don't put
So
every
basically you're saying
filmmaker don't put them on a pedestal is what I'm saying. Okay, don't have unreasonable expectations. Everyone can fail. All right, we can fail.
I agree.
Everyone can fail.
Obi-Wan's a good example.
Yeah.
Should we talk about that next?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
I'll get to that.
Okay, are we going Mandalorian? Should we rate it now?
Okay, Mandalorian for me, 10 out of 10.
Alright, what do you got?
I rewatched it.
9 out of 10. That's a solid show.
Alright, I'm gonna go 7 out of 10. Solid show.
Nice.
That's
Clone Wars time, baby! Woo!
Let's go.
Yeah, okay. Clone Wars.
We're gonna do best to worst.
Alright. Yeah, that's fine. Sure, we can do that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And Obi-Wan will be at the bottom.
We might.
Hey, sorry.
Obi-Wan's got problems that we definitely
No,
need
the
to
fact that we haven't seen Resistance probably means that should be on my bottom.
Yeah.
Because you
You
guys
guys find underneath Obi-Wan.
it's just so bad.
Alright, Clone Wars. Hit it. Let's go.
Alright,
I want to go first.
he'll go first.
First.
Oh, I love this show. I love it so much.
I need to stand up and stretch real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, you do that. I love, my favorite arcs are the Umbara arc and the one where it's in General Grievous' house. It's
Oh, the lair of Grievous.
yeah. Oh my god, it's so good. I love this show. It's got so many rewatchable parts. It's got such touching characters, and it fixes the prequels. It fixes them. Freaking Maul is a great character. He comes back in a reasonable way. And also it's like a one of those like
for
you
anyone.
say it's like one of those serial war radio stuff. Like was it like it was like one of those war broadcastings back when like World War II was happening. Like
what? I'm confused. I'm confused. Wait, what?
I don't know. It's like I don't know. It just reminds me of like these like propaganda stories or something that they would tell like during the war. Like, here's what's happening in the war now. We have like these.
You mean the opening narration?
Yeah, like that,
with
like that.
That's just I don't know that kind of is like that, but the same it doesn't. It kind of is Republic propaganda, but I feel like that's just talking to us, the audience. I think that's like a fourth wall break. That's not really in universe.
I love it though.
I love it, but it's probably not in universe. It's like they're not actually probably saying that because they detail secret missions. So it's like the secret mission to the Citadel. That's a secret mission. Why would they broadcast that?
I
across the public
don't
channels?
question. I just love it. I just love the show, and like
We got off topic.
I got some things to say. Like they didn't fix Jar Jar. It's fine.
He's barely in any episode.
He's barely in it. He's barely.
He's okay in A couple.
Anakin's awesome in this show.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan's a great character. Ahsoka Tano, who I never thought I would care about, is great.
Yep, she's
Mace Windu,
she's probably one of the
fine.
best female empowerment characters that they actually created because
Yeah.
you know she's an actual character.
Oh, I forgot to mention Cara Dune. I love Cara Dune in The Mandalorian. She's my favorite.
Oh yeah, didn't they fire her?
Yeah, they fired her.
For a reason.
That was stupid.
That was not a good way to handle.
Yeah.
Like they could have fired her, but like they should have handled it better because she found out on social media,
This
Yeah.
is not good. with
which is
firing.
not. That's
This
not.
is not good with firing their celebrities sometimes. But
Although, okay, back to Clone Wars.
I love it. There are some problems with it, like animation's not that good from time to time. But other than that, all
You mainly in the first. I'm gonna say that the animation in the first few seasons actually it holds up for me. Probably because I grew up with it, so I'm used to it. But it holds up for me at least.
it's a great show.
Can I go next? Like,
Yeah, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
all right. Clone Wars. So yeah. Let's see. My favorite scene though is probably my favorite like cinematic scene is like in the first episode where like they're hunting down the giant secret weapon ship like the Malevolence. That shot at the beginning of the episode when like the 3 Republic ships are like heading towards like the Malevolence, which is in front of like a big red sun. Like that's probably one of the best shots I think I've ever seen. It's awesome. Also the music is like fucking the opera. It's
I
like
love
operatic.
I love the intro music. Too. It's like the Star Wars theme was like different from the Star
It's
Wars.
like mixed up. It's got like the drums. It's
Yeah.
got like added drums.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
And then like
So
there's
that's
no
my
like
favorite,
opening
yeah.
pro. It's like again like the old guy talking, like
Yeah.
like broadcasting.
You
It's-
mean you learn?
Yeah, you learn. It's great. It's like gets you sucked in like
And then let's see. Another
It's
great
so cool.
plus about the show is that they have like little bits of wisdom that they insert. Like those quotes at the beginning.
Yeah,
of
at the
episode?
beginning of
I love
I
those.
love those. Those are great.
Although I don't think they did that with season 7.
I can't remember that much.
I hate the fact,
I
like,
can't remember that much.
I
of
don't
season
remember it.
seven.
I need to go back and watch
Maybe
it.
they ran out because they did a lot.
Yeah, I hate the
I
fact.
mean, how much wisdom can you pass around?
Okay, yeah, I can.
I think at some point they were reading off a fortune cookie.
But I think they should have but like the one that always like weirdly stuck with me. I don't remember what episode this is. Like, but it just remembers. Like I remember it. It's just like, I think it was. What's here? Who you are never changes, but who you think you are does. So that was
Dude.
that was probably one of the
Who's
best
writing
quotes.
these?
Like I saw a meme
I
about
love
that.
it,
It's just like the guy it's like the big brain meme. It's like whoever writes the quotes for for the Clone Wars episodes. And so
Just keep
basically,
it chat.
so basically, yeah, those are really good. I love the opening quotes.
I love the first episode. The first episode it doesn't even have like any of the main characters, but like it sets it up pretty well. Like it gives the clones identities. It gives them
Oh, yeah.
personalities.
It gives and I think they did a really good job over the course of the show having the theme of like the clone troopers being stand-ins for like actual war veterans. And like this is further explored. We'll get to this in the Bad Batch, but like it's really well done. How like, especially like how they're kind of stand-in for real war veterans. How like they're used for the war, and then later they're kind of just tossed aside. So like that was really good. That was a really good. That was an intent. I feel like that was a very intentional allegory, which I feel like was really well done. Which really carries, like it really elevates the show. All right.
And really,
now?
yeah, your turn.
Let's hear it. Do I
Go
have
ahead.
Sorry, do I have
what else do you have? You have like a million opinions.
Let's see here. Let's see. I actually all of them were pretty good. I dislike a little bit how Grievous if I had one complaint, it's that the Separatists always win off screen a lot of times. It's like, oh, they have taken this base. They say that in the opening call, but they never quite always show us the Separatists winning when Grievous is they don't show them winning enough, so it doesn't feel like they're the war's at a stalemate. It feels like the Republic is just beating the Separatists so many times. So
One thing I do like Zero Toys. This is a little small detail that not that many people notice, but I love it. Grievous and Anakin never meet in the show. They only hear about each other.
Yes.
They only hear about each other. They never meet.
Because in the third movie it says they first meet in
Revenge of the Sith.
and they had the right shorter than I expected. So
they had the right around
yeah.
so much.
And you never realize that, but you realize how easy and how cool that is.
And they were so close in one of the when
It was the
Jedi
Malevolence
Master.
episodes. right?
No, it was like Jedi Master Koth was like kidnapped, like he was like taken by Grievous, and like Anakin was on that mission, and Grievous talks about Anakin. Tell me, do you think Anakin has rescued Master Koth yet? And like Grievous knows Anakin is there.
Yeah.
But like they never meet during that mission, so like that's probably the closest they ever came to almost meeting.
And then, like, Anakin, he was, like, during their, like, Malevolence attack, Anakin's like, this is where we can, like, blow up Grievous. It's like, yeah, like, they hear of each other, but they never, ever meet in the show. And I love that.
Yeah,
little
the Saluk, that was, the
All right.
Saluk of my arc was probably better.
Alright, I'm gonna keep it short because we've kind of been on the Clone Wars for a while, but it's fine because I've kind of had like, a little bit of unpopular opinion, especially towards you two.
That's fine.
I didn't like it as much as you guys. I watched probably the first 4 seasons and I stopped maybe for like a year because I kind of lost interest a little bit. But then I eventually finished the rest.
Dude, it's fine. The only, like, the first Clone Wars thing that I ever liked was the movie they made.
Yeah.
I mean, even that is considered shit.
I remember, I understand that because I remember when I binged it when I was younger, I always felt like I always came back to like 3 and 4, and then once I got to 5 and 6, that was when I started to burn out because like it was good, but like I just started burning out by that point.
It's a lot. There's a lot of episodes. Yeah. Sometimes like some of the episodes can be a little boring. And, like I don't really care. But I'll tell you, Darth Maul was like awesome. He was kind of like Severus Snape and Harry Potter. Like every time he was on screen. It was, like,
just thought of a plot. This just came to my mind. This just came a plot hole. So you know how Maul never speaks in the movie. So
Yeah.
they fight. Obi-Wan kills him. He falls down there, and when he returns, Obi-Wan knows his name, even though Maul never told him his name.
Probably just
And
found
no one said it. No.
I just found out from archives.
No, remember? The
don't.
Sith have been gone for millennia. So the Jedi didn't even, like, they weren't in the records. Impossible. The records must be incomplete.
That's true. But
That's a plot hole.
It's
So
probably pretty hard to catch though. Like if you were like trying to like cover up all the
I know,
plot holes,
yeah.
you'd be like I don't think anyone would think of like, oh, Darth Maul's name was never mentioned, so Obi-Wan can't know. Like it's kind of hard to
like,
piece
I'm
that
okay,
together.
like, yeah.
Also,
It
like, they
doesn't
never,
really- it's
they
not
never
true.
knew they would, like, bring him back.
And also, like, it would have been, like, you could easily just change the scene to have, like, Obi-Wan say that, like, that Sith assassin, like, it doesn't really change anything. It just happens. I just noticed that's, like, a plot hole that I just, like, but I just find it funny because, like, he never says his name.
Yeah.
So, yeah, alright, yeah.
It's like saying we never knew what R2-D2 was saying. It's like, it's fine.
All right. Ratings.
Second?
Ratings.
I'll go first. For the Clone Wars, I would give it a solid like 8.5.
Okay.
Because the
and
main detractors would be that the villains aren't always the best. Like Grievous, I feel like was nerfed from its 2003 version, and Dooku, I feel like he wasn't given as much. He wasn't given as much to do in the show. I feel like he could have been better.
I feel like he had a lot. I liked his fight with Anakin and Obi-Wan where he like switches their roles, where he puts Anakin on the defensive and he puts Obi-Wan on the offensive. That's smart,
Oh
man.
yeah, I remember that. But like still, like, it was kind of weird. I did like the Darth Tyrannus stuff with like in season 6 with like Fives finding out that conspiracy. And
Oh,
stuff.
that's a long. I remember watching that. I was like, I need.
That's
a
probably
break.
the best
This is
arc in
long.
the show, by the way.
Oh, Umbara's the better arc. That's like Vietnam, man.
Okay, that one's Vietnam, but like this one is like tragic because I think you're on the edge of the seat because you know how the story ends. So like, which is probably why the argument that prequels are bad doesn't work anymore, because you can still have like real tension and like you can still like feel for the characters even though like you know how the story ends.
It's like
Because like you feel like you want them to succeed so bad, but he fails and Palpatine kills him.
Is there
basically.
anything up there?
No, I was just seeing how many people were here.
How many people are?
Still one. But I
Thanks
don't
for sticking with us.
I don't know if that's actually like, but you know, if it is, thank you.
Thanks, man. You're a real one. But I give it a solid 9 out of 10 because it does have some problems, but at the same time, it's like it's still one of my favorite shows that I will go back to and watch. Because there's not that many shows where I'm just like, I'm gonna go watch this episode and then watch that and then like call it for the day. No, there's not that many.
Yeah, there's very few shows. Like, what's it? This is a random show that I go back.
Like
to
I'm not
watch.
gonna watch The Sopranos and be like, I'm gonna watch season 4, episode 9.
Yeah, that's true.
Doctor Who is very. Well, at least for me, Doctor Who is one of those really rewatchable shows.
I haven't
The
seen
earlier seasons.
I've never
not
seen
Marvel.
that. Never seen Doctor Who.
Who's Doctor Who?
Doctor Who?
Who?
Lol.
Ha!
Whoa.
Funny joke. All right, Schmitz,
All
your
right.
rating.
You know, might disappoint you guys, but I think I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10.
That's okay.
Only because I give it a 5 because that's like kind of half, and I'm not gonna lie, for half of it I was pretty about half of it I was kind of bored.
Yeah.
But you know, Darth Maul and the last 3 episodes of season 7 were like top tier.
Top tier.
It was.
Oh, I agree. That Mandalorian final. Oh,
Yeah.
fun fact. You know when they did the Ahsoka versus Maul fight? Of course, they had Ray Park
actual-
come back and
Yeah, I saw that.
when I saw it, I was like, holy shit, they got Maul back!
Yeah.
And also, one thing I gotta give Clone Wars a little bit of a gripe about, most of their fights didn't feel like there was a weight to them. Like, they moved way too fast.
Yeah, they were very fluid.
Yeah, look at how they moved the lightsabers.
Yeah,
that's like strings.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the fights in the prequels, even in Attack of the Clones, they're still really good. They're pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Can we all agree that any fight besides from the sequels is better?
Yeah. You know what? I'm actually gonna disagree. I think the Vader and Kenobi fight in episode 4 was pretty bad.
No, it's better than the sequels though. That's the important part.
Yeah,
because they have more weight.
In the sequels, it felt like they were just trying to hit each other's lightsabers.
That's what they would do.
Yeah. they weren't trying to hit each other. They were trying to hit the lightsabers.
Yeah, let's hear it. One of them, I think they missed, and then instead, I think I don't remember where I saw this somewhere, but I saw that in one scene when they were fighting on the ruins of the Death Star. Oh, that's another stupid thing is that the Death Star has remains.
And we're going full
Yeah,
circle.
it's completely destroyed.
Yeah.
But basically they're fighting on the remains and they're basically swinging at each other like baseball bats.
Yeah.
And the baseball bats are hitting each other instead of trying to hit each other.
Yeah.
So that's so fucking stupid.
So that's what we gotta remember when we're doing choreography.
Yeah.
Hit each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
As,
still gotta do
as
it.
violent as that sounds, gotta do it.
Yeah. Alright, but anyways, back to the what show are we on now?
Whatever. Well, I mean, we can do any show. We don't have to do stick to a certain formula. We can.
Let's go to Obi-Wan. Because that one's
We've been
that one's
trying to get to that.
that one's pretty fresh in people's minds, I feel like. So
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Ian, I feel like you dislike this show the most. Although I dislike it too.
I think I dislike it.
I think you dislike it the most.
I've heard you talk about this show more than he talks about the sequels more. So
I don't know about that.
I
You talked about the sequels quite a lot.
okay, but you go first, and then you go, and then here's the thing. I kind of have a soft spot for the show.
Okay. So I'm gonna start with the first episode. Honestly, when I watched the episode, I was like, all right, that was a good start. Aside from that Leia chase scene, which I thought was so cringy, and so bad, there was one branch running across a tree.
I don't know what you're talking about. That is
And
peak cinema.
the guy stopped and he didn't go around it, just go under the bro. Just go
No,
under
they
the
could've-
branch. I don't know. It was
It's
so unrealistic. And then they did it again in episode 2. I was like, and then episode 2 rolled around and
Oh God, I'm forgetting.
I-
I'm starting to forget what
I
happened.
started seeing a little bit of cracks. I'm not gonna lie,
cracks in the foundation.
Reba's parkour scene. It looked like she was on wires.
I was actually okay with that because it's easier for me to believe it when it's this is usually when it's darker, when it has a darker setting, it's easier for me to believe it because I can't see as much. So.
And I feel like they were really close to each other. Yet Reba was doing parkour in 5 minutes. So, I mean, it's kind of a nitpick, but again, it kind of pulled me out of it. And
We'll
then,
get to Reba. We'll talk about her soon.
I'll go to episode 3. Episode 3 I thought was great, aside from it looking like they were in Nevada. And and the end where Vader kind of let Kenobi escape. The fire got relit.
That was
after their fight. The fire got relit, and Vader just didn't do anything. He could have pulled them.
I mean,
he could have forced the fire out. He could have done so much stuff, and I think that was.
Yeah. Oh well, the simultaneously it was really good in that episode when he just to be petty, he made Obi-Wan lie down in burning coal.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
that
was like
really good pettiness.
No, to me, I could feel Vader going yes.
Yeah.
Now
Revenge.
you will suffer, Obi-Wan.
I do like that Vader's very scary in this show. You gotta admit, this is a Darth Vader.
I gotta talk about that.
Darth
Vader in episode 3 was freaking awesome. Like how he was like dragging people through the like,
fucking snaps the kids.
Yeah, that was,
Oh yeah, I forget. He kills a kid.
yeah. That
No,
was
it's
awesome.
like Star Wars fans seeing Vader brutally murder children. Ah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
They're as beautiful as the day I lost.
Okay, so moving on to episode 4.
What happened?
Exactly. This might be my least favorite of
Dude,
the show.
how much do you remember of it? Because
So
I think I
they
remember it.
sneak into that
Fortress-
base to try and
Fortress-
find-
Oh, and
Fortress-
Torres.
which is a stupid name. I'm not gonna lie.
They literally, they basically walk in to that. Like,
Didn't they just
have
do the?
no security at all. They literally walked into that base.
Jedi. So the video game Jedi Fallen
Yeah,
Order
yeah,
was
yeah.
They
like-
literally took that level. While watching it, I'm like, this is
I
this
died.
is very familiar.
I died on that level multiple times.
Yeah,
on harder difficulty.
And they kind of just waltzed into the.
No, even on easy difficulty, it was hard to.
And then let's not forget, Ian. You're gonna love this part.
Yo, that's mine.
So you know how like lightsabers they cut through things, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Does not really hurt the stormtroopers.
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's what Kenobi
It's
did.
like they just get cut. Like we
The-
see them get cut, but we don't.
It's a
see
literal baseball bat.
the lightsaber bounced off one of the stormtroopers.
Okay,
which is,
wait, hold on. We
completely
did-
inaccurate to
We did
what
see
lightsabers
that stormtrooper, like this unnecessary, like brutal kill. Is like the stormtrooper got like Kenobi shot him, and like he fell down from the tower, and like you know that laser gate.
are. Yes.
He got chopped in half.
It's a
Like
good
I don't know
kill.
why. That was just like unnecessary.
I want to speak
like,
about that laser thing again.
That was just like
They had to like disable that laser thing. They couldn't like go around it or like
Oh, yeah.
jump over it, bro. It was like
Why
2
would you
feet
jump
high.
over a laser thing? Okay, to be honest, jump over a laser fence. So
Like if there was like a big fence.
Yeah, but you could go around it, bro.
Yeah,
If there was like a
you
big
could.
fence, that would have made sense.
Dude, it was like this high, and they had to disable it for some reason.
Jesus Christ. All right.
And I won't even talk about Leia under his coat. That was so stupid. And how she slapped a stormtrooper, and the stormtrooper was like stunned.
Oh, I forgot.
I hated that.
No, you're talking about the other girl, not Leia. The
Yeah,
other
the
girl.
Game of Thrones lady.
Yeah, Alaria
yeah.
Sample. I don't know. I don't remember. What's her character name?
I'll just call it Game of Thrones person.
I'm
I
trying. It's on the
got-
tip of my tongue. It's like singing like a
Sand Snake.
Rifa,
That's- What do you?
I'm trying to remember
What are
it.
you
Everyone's
saying?
little name in this is always a Aya name. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
Advice if you're writing any type of like when you're writing new characters, give them names that kind of roll off the tongue. Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Just advice.
Okay. Episode 5 I thought was great.
It was pretty
I
good.
thought it was great. Especially like Vader when he pulled down the ship and he ripped it apart and like.
We can't forget the heroic sacrifice of Wade.
R.I.P. Wayne. I love that guy.
Wade is great.
So fun.
Great. He's a great robot.
Although in that scene they completely the what do they call them? The A-wings or whatever?
speeders.
The snow
That
speeders.
was
They're
like
like
so weird.
like,
that was bad CGI too.
yeah, it was
very
bad CGI and the snow speeder was like in place. Like imagine if they could use like.
And another thing,
it was in place. On Empire Strikes Back, dude.
Yeah.
It'd have been so much easier.
It was like a weird. No, it was also like a weird like cut because when you see them coming in, they're like coming in like they might crash.
Yeah.
But then like you see them coming in from like a different angle.
It was just a poor production.
So-
it was just a poor production.
Seriously, because
Which is why I hate Disney for giving it their all on Andor because
Andor
we'll
looks
get
good.
to Andor.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Again, Andor looks good, but I think I'm just gonna
half the stuff they shot in that show was a little bit too claustrophobic. I think it was because they were shooting on like that big like.
Oh yeah, that's
Andor-
because Andor.
Obi-Wan, because they're shooting on like that big like
Yeah.
circle screen.
That's the
thing.
wait. That's a major difference because
They're shooting on that most of the time.
Because they shoot on that, and then Andor looks better because
They
shooting
shot on location.
Yeah.
They shot in Ireland. Why is Ireland always chosen for Star Wars movies?
Anyways, you got any more?
Yeah.
Episode 6.
Episode 6.
I'll share my own thoughts on this once you're done.
I mean, it was alright. I don't think Kenobi could beat Vader. I think that was
That was a little.
I think it's kind of impossible, and but they kind of had to do it for continuity's sake and
Yeah.
stuff. But I just don't see Kenobi in that state beating Vader in that state. Like it's just. But the fight between them,
Oh,
it
shaky
was
cam was horrible.
it was alright. I mean, it was fine. I couldn't really see the actors doing
I
it.
couldn't see
I could
anything.
only see the lightsabers, but I mean, it was fine. Whenever it cut back to Reva, I was so.
They need to do on like a way better planet. Like,
Yeah.
It was basically Tatooine, but like with big pillars.
oh yeah, I just gotta say this. I'm fucking done with Tatooine.
Same, dude.
Get me away from this sandy planet. We've had it on Obi-Wan. We've had it on Mandalorian.
Boba Fett.
We've had it on Boba Fett. I am done with Tatooine. Alright? I'm done. I get it. This like planet is important. I'm done with Tatooine.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Of course, Qui-Gon showed up at the very end, and not like throughout the show. Of course, he's like.
I'm not gonna lie, he looks a little off when I saw him.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
kind of
His
like.
eyes looked a little bit. His head looked.
I think they try to like CG de-age Liam Neeson.
I don't even think they did that.
Oh, let's talk about that flashback scene with Anakin and Obi-Wan.
That was okay.
Oh yeah, I thought that was great.
That was good. That was good.
That was the only flashback scene though.
Yeah,
that was,
that
like
was the only one.
That's what people were expecting. They were like, it's gonna be like Clone Wars flashbacks. I'm
Yeah.
like, I would actually have that more than what they gave us.
Dude, they had so much potential to make that to nail that show, and they just.
It's a grizzled Obi-Wan on Tatooine getting over what he lost. That is an easy show to write.
Alright, well, Drew, do you have a rant? Are you
Yeah,
done
I'm
with
done.
your rant?
I'm done.
Alright, you
Go
can
ahead.
go. You can go.
Okay, so like I said, I have a soft spot for this show. Cause I love Obi-Wan. My dad loves Obi-Wan. We are just. I love Ewan McGregor. I remember seeing in the first episode he co-produced the episode, so it gave me a little bit of hope.
Hold on, pause.
He
Did you just call him Ewan McGregor?
Yeah, you call him Ewan.
I've never heard anybody pronounce his name that
Is
way.
it Ewan?
Ewan? I only heard Ewan or Ewan.
Ewan.
I never said Ewan, because that sounds like Obi-Wan.
Ewan? Okay.
Okay,
Alright, go
but I love Ewan McGregor. I'll say it like that. And I had so much because like they released the first like 3 episodes? No, they released like the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh great, so this is gonna be like a great show. It's okay. I still had high hopes for it though. The girl who played young Leia looked like Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
She looked great. Everyone was doing good.
Although at the same time, I'll get to
Then
that.
I saw the cracks, and I heard, the controversy surrounding the Reva actress. I
Did
thought
that come out before or after the show happened?
it came out. It came out in the middle.
During.
It came out in the middle, like after
I've
the third
I've
episode.
heard weird, I've heard it came out before. It been at the same time. I don't know. It's messed up the timeline.
But I still had high hopes for the show, and then after the episode where Vader just destroys Obi-Wan, I got my hope. I was like, this is gonna be a great show. And it was an up, tipsy-turvy, uppy-downy, weird going show from there. And then the finale happened, and I thought it was rushed. I honestly thought it was rushed.
Yeah. That's probably 6 episode shows, dude. I mean, it's
They need to be
just
either
like
an
Game of
hour
Thrones
long-
season 8.
They either need to be an hour long, or they need to have more episodes.
Dude, yeah. Like one of the episodes was like, I think it was episode 4, was like 35
Yeah,
minutes
that was
long.
way too short.
Like what are you doing, dude?
Was
If you're gonna
that-
make a 6 episode, do at least an hour each
Yeah,
episode.
you gotta
If not
do that.
more. Like
Or how about this? Write a different show.
isn't Andor gonna be like 10 or 12 episodes?
Yes.
Like why are they putting that for Andor, dude?
Because they care more about their new
Yeah, that's true, that's true,
characters
that's
than
true.
they do about the characters we liked.
That sucks because
I'm not kidding. I'm pretty.
McGregor, like, he is a great actor, and he's like waited so long to play the character again. I don't even know if they're gonna make a season 2. How sad is that? He finally comes back with everyone, and then
Actually,
they're gonna make a
season
season 2.
Okay, that's bad. Okay, a season 2 would probably just destroy whatever credibility the show had.
I
Because
don't.
if they came
should
back
not make
again,
season-
they
no
would
way.
just be pushing it too goddamn far. Of the suspension, my suspension of disbelief is already a little thin because it's like they did do a good job in the show by making it make sense sort of, but at the same time it doesn't because like Leia in A New Hope says, "You served my father in the Clone Wars. Why didn't she say you saved me from kidnappers?"
Yeah.
9 years ago. Why didn't she say that? So they're pushing my suspension of disbelief. Like she could have said that either one, but if they did another season, I don't know. They would just have to.
They would have to. They would have to do flashbacks. They would have to do
Because they can't make Vader on the the villain again. It's just like it wouldn't be.
You can bring Hayden back to play Anakin. Just do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, can this be my turn?
Yeah, go ahead.
Kenobi.
Go
So
ahead.
basically,
I'm done with my rant, by the way.
so this is probably gonna be pretty harsh. So basically, everything in the show, aside from a couple scenes with Leia and basically most of the scenes with Vader, sucked ass. Everything else, like those scenes were good. Everything else sucked ass. Everything felt like it was just the show happened for money, basically. It was just basically
I agree with
Disney
that. I
made
agree
the
with
show in order to like basically get This is basically a prequel fan. Like they're trying to get prequel fans on their side now, like basically making this show because there was so many memes about the show come beforehand. It's so fucking funny and so sad because
He sends me memes so many times.
Yeah, memes. Well, you do too.
Yeah, but you like whenever I wake up from like sleeping, I immediately see
Memes.
Michael Sauer has sent you a meme from like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm like, great.
He does do good memes. Come on. I'm a memer of culture. Okay. All right, but anyways, back on to Obi-Wan. So basically, the Vader scenes and the Leia scenes were pretty okay.
I am watching tennis. Dude, Kyros is on, right? Kyros is insane.
But basically, yeah. So basically, it's really just Disney for like that's what Disney's basically doing with Star Wars. They bought it for a lot of money from Lucas. Like they bought Lucasfilm for a lot of money from George, and they just needed to get their money back, which they've already done, by the way. Because a very sad fact is that they made like probably over $4 billion from the sequel trilogy, which is just I hate humanity. I lose faith in humanity every time I think.
They
about
just
that.
know, like whenever they make a new show, they just know people are gonna watch it, so they don't really spend the time on the story.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, we're gonna make money regardless. So
Except
let's
when the
throw something
Mandalorian-
together.
Except, have you noticed like whenever the Mandalorian is like focused on, they put like heart and soul into that show.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't gotten to the Book of Boba Fett yet. But basically, my
I
end.
love that show.
But basically, you have to look
Oh,
at your
I
face.
love it. It's my favorite.
All right, we'll get to there. But basically, to end this, basically, Kenobi is a very unnecessary show. What they should have done is given us a full-fledged solo Vader show of Vader hunting Jedi. Because you know what? That would have been a fucking blast of a show. And it would have been so much better if, like, we just have him, like, we should start the show of, like, him trying to search for Kenobi from his perspective instead of just, like, following Leia getting kidnapped and stuff. We should have him try to find Obi-Wan and, just have it be like that. Although, again, this is just at the top of my head, so this might need more, like, development in order, and to you guys and to other people, it might not be the best horse, but it's better for me.
No,
so.
to you person, actually.
To you person, you singular person who's stuck with us. So basically, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and
someone else.
I'm gonna go ahead and rate it 5 out of 10 because Vader and Leia scenes were good, and even the final battle, I disliked it a little bit. I like the poetry of like Vader and Anakin like being visible for the first time, like you can see them.
Oh, that's a scary scene. Man.
Like that's pretty good, but like that's the best thing about that fight.
What do you got?
So yeah, that's it.
7 out of 10.
Okay, why? Any reason?
Shaky cam was not needed. Story was weird, not what we were expecting, and just got my hopes up. And also, I feel bad for Ewan because he's probably not gonna be able to play Obi-Wan again for a while. That's what I got.
I give it a 3 out of 10, and all those 3 points go to Vader.
Go ahead, Vader.
It's always gotta give it to Vader.
All right, what shows do we have left? We have Rebels.
Boba
and
Fett,
we have-
Rebels.
Bad Batch.
Which one? All right,
Maybe we can touch on Andor a little bit. Too.
Yeah, we'll do that at the end.
Yeah.
Let's knock Book of Boba Fett out. So we'll start off with the positive review first. So Drew, you can go first, and then I'll go second, then you can go third. All right, let's hear this.
When I first watched this show, it had a rough start. It was half of it was a flashback, and the rest was the story. To be fair, they did nerf Boba a little bit, but I still love the show because it's fun. That's what I like about Star Wars sometimes. It's a fun thing to watch. And yeah, The Mandalorian did take an entire episode of the show, but
2.
it took 2.5. All right, it brought back Cad Bane. I was happy for that.
Yeah, they use him horribly though. But continue.
Okay, yeah, go on.
I still love the show. Robert Rodriguez, he's a great filmmaker. Don't you growl. You're a fucking furry if you do that. Don't growl.
What the fuck?
God, what's wrong with you?
Drew has a weird fetish, like, I don't know.
Fed, wow.
Yeah, the thing
really?
is, you call me a furry a lot, that just means that you might
fucking
like,
act like it.
you might like,
You growl a lot.
yeah,
Anyways.
that's visible anger. That's like a lot of people
Oh,
do
sorry that I like a director. Jeez, a guy who's like, who made
I like
Sin City in his fucking garage.
Being a good, remember what I said, being a good director does not mean you should.
Yeah, but when you do something
Alright,
good as a
okay,
director,
I'm
you should be praised
I'm
for it.
interrupting your good, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. You go.
Yeah,
I'm going to stay silent now.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways,
You should
I like the
stay-
show.
you should stay away
Shut
from
up!
You should stay away from Star Wars, though. I'm not kidding. Alright, go on.
Jeez. No, Ryan Johnson should stay away from Star Wars.
A lot of people
Not
should. I
Robert
agree.
Rodriguez. He's got some good ideas.
Okay, go.
It just needed some fixes. But I like the show. It had great action, some good characters. It brought, in my opinion, it made Tatooine feel special. It made it seem like,
Look at the look on Ian's face. It's like, down.
okay, it made it seem different, basically. It gave it layers of, like, different cities that you could travel to that weren't really the same.
We only saw one city.
Yeah, we only saw one.
We only saw one city,
There
dude.
were other cities besides Mos Eisley. Mos Eisley.
No.
Nah, those were the only two.
Those,
Yeah, true.
We barely saw Mos Eisley.
But then again, I did actually want Boba to win and, claim Tatooine. And when he did, believe it or not, I jumped out of my seat and I started clapping because I was proud that he got to. Yes, his stories were all over the place, but again, I still like the show. I rewatch some episodes from time to time, and
I watched the Mandalorian episode.
Mandalorian episode not that much. I only like.
The only thing I rewatch is the theme.
Oh, the
Like,
theme
that's
is
the
amazing.
best. Like, it's an amazing theme.
Yeah.
The show doesn't even deserve it.
The
It's so
actions. Oh, I disagree. I disagree.
good. It belongs with like a different character. And I'll go into.
I say it belongs to Boba Fett because he's like he's a barbaric type character, and it's just I just like the show. Okay, there, that's it. I'm already rating it. I give it a solid 9.5 out of 10.
That can't be. Okay, go. All right.
Me? You? Me?
You can go first.
Okay, I'll go first. I'll go second. But
No.
Oh, and let's not forget, like a panda.
okay,
That's the
so
best thing to come from that show.
right as I watched the first episode, I noticed that he was talking too much. Like
You talk
he had like I don't know, like 5 minutes of screen time in the original trilogy, and he became a fan favorite because he's just this menacing presence that doesn't talk.
Thank you. You were saying exactly what I was
Yeah,
saying.
and then when the first episode came out, he was like talking every chance he got, and I'm like, dude, you can have him talk, but like fans like him because he doesn't talk, and he shows his menacing presence.
That's true.
And that was like, right off the bat. I was like, okay, well, I hope he didn't talk much, but
Well, yeah,
you
that's
say something?
basically like. He was possibly a hot take. Both like, the Mandalorian is who we all imagined Boba Fett to be.
Yes, I
Like,
agree with that.
in actuality, the Mandalorian is basically a better version of Boba Fett.
He is.
Because like he's just the badass who just never takes off his helmet and only utters a few words.
Yes.
Yet shows so much emotion behind his helmet, which is why.
He's what Boba Fett was supposed to be without all the baggage, basically.
But
There's a quantum link video that actually actually makes sense. I'll show you guys it later, but go on.
All right. Episode 2 I thought was good. I actually don't remember episode 2. But I'm not saying it was bad. I remember episode 2 being good because I remember there was like a flashback scene with the Tusken Raiders
That was good.
and how he like trained and stuff. I thought it was pretty good and how they set the train. You remember that episode?
Yeah, I
Where they
remember.
set
It
the
was
train?
fun.
I thought that was probably my favorite episode. Well, I thought
That was probably the best one because it makes the most sense.
it was the best Boba Fett episode. Right.
It had Boba Fett in it. So.
Yeah, it had Boba Fett in it, but I mean, I honestly like the rest of the show was pretty boring, and except for the Mandalorian episodes, I like the Mandalorian episodes, of course, 'cause I like the Mandalorian. But
and they were directed by the people who did The Mandalorian. Do you find that funny?
Yeah, it was like Mandalorian season 3, episode 1, pretty much.
Alright.
The show even ends with them riding off into the sunset.
And
So it ends with the it ends with
in
them.
episode 7, they try to do this like final battle thing, and I wasn't really into it. And then they did something. I completely forgot the fight between Boba Fett and Cad Bane, but I remember it wasn't even a fight. He kind of just ended his life. It was very underwhelming. It was very disappointing, in my opinion. But that's it.
Boba Fett riding a Rancor though.
That is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. He went back to his palace and he didn't get Slave 1 to shoot at them. Why didn't he get Slave 1?
I thought the cool scenes in that
Right.
episode.
I was gonna say something positive, but you are just angry.
Yeah, I'm angry at this show. This show sucked ass.
Yes, it did. I thought the cool thing in that last episode was when Boba Fett and the Mandalorian.
Well, that's just
were,
a
like,
pussy
back
thing
to back.
to do.
What's a pussy thing to do?
Fire all of them from your ship. That doesn't show that you're a powerful guy. No, ride in a Rancor.
It's-
Kick
I
all
mean,
their asses.
I'd be pretty scared of the guy who fires a bunch of.
It shows that you're clean and efficient and you don't give a damn. You just
Yeah.
fucking kill them.
Yeah.
This is why.
Sometimes you gotta give the warrior respect and fight them.
All right, Michael, go ahead. I'm done.
This is why I'm better.
Actually, no. I have
This
to
is
rate
why
it. I have to rate
better
it. I have to rate it. I have to rate it.
At what now?
This is why I'm better at writing villains than you, because villains should not play by the
What
rules.
did I? He's not a villain. He's a hero in the show.
All right.
He should be an anti-hero.
I gotta rate it. What did
I
give
never
Kenobi?
said you were. I
I
never
gave it
said
like
I
a
was
5.
better.
That was pretty generous. of you.
Wait, do you know what I gave Kenobi?
You gave it like a 3.
3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you-
Okay.
He's a
I'll,
Vader.
I'll give this one a 3.5 because I gotta rate it better than Kenobi. I gotta be honest. Kenobi was disappointing. But I'll give it 3.5. All right, go ahead.
Let's see here. So basically, so I didn't even really talk about the show. So what I disliked about it. So basically, yeah, the Rancor was stupid. They should have brought Slave 1 instead. The first 2 episodes were pretty decent. It explained how he got out. Like his bond with the Tusken Raiders was good, and then it went to hell because basically they should have established Cad Bane as the show's villain early on because he shows up in the last 2 episodes.
Didn't people think like Kira from Solo was gonna be
No.
the big bad?
Because no.
So many people did. 'Cause, like,
I didn't even know.
Isn't that Daenerys?
yeah.
Daenerys Targaryen or whatever her name is.
No, she's actually brunette.
Yeah. No. Continue.
She's got that big smile and dimples. Ooh, creepy.
What the fuck?
Anyways,
We're not talking about that. Okay, anyways. So basically from there it kind of descended because it's weird because we have like these red herrings for villains. So like those 2 big fat Hutt twins? Like they were fighting to take control of Tatooine and then they're just like, oh, where's this gonna go? And then like they just went and left.
because they realized that they couldn't find anything good about Tatooine to stay with. So they were
Isn't
like,
Tatooine like the capital of the Hutt Empire? That's like pretty damn important. So there should have been a lot more people coming to take over Jabba's place because the Hutts are not just going to give up the capital of their old Hutt Empire. So they're not going to give that up. But anyways, I digress. So basically,
doesn't seem like you do.
well, you know what digress means, right?
But it doesn't seem like you're.
Digress means like you went off on a tangent. So basically, I digress, so that means I'm getting back on course. A little grammar lesson. Anyways, a little grammar lesson. So anyways, basically, I feel really cheated because if you don't see this show, this shit show, you won't know what's going on in season 3 of The Mandalorian because you can't watch season 3 without seeing this stupid show.
That's true.
So, and basically the next 2 episodes are basically Mandalorian episodes. Boba Fett is like makes an appearance in one of them, I think.
Yeah, it's like in one scene.
One scene, and he calls them like, yeah, that just doesn't work for me. And that's probably another example of them trying to turn this into like Marvel a bit because they're having characters cameo in other shows.
That wasn't even a cameo. He just completely.
He just took the show over. So,
Well, yeah, because he's like the most interesting.
They could have made Boba interesting, but they didn't.
They really did.
Yeah, because they gave him so much baggage. But then,
They should have
but
had-
here's the thing: I still love the show because, like,
Still, really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take you guys like all the stuff you could say about it.
Yeah,
It's gonna take a lot to like make me change my mind.
He's in a toxic relationship with Star Wars too. He doesn't feel any pain anymore. Anyways,
No, I
but
just
basically
like
from
stuff
there it just descended. Like they should have had flashbacks of him with Cad Bane, along with the flashbacks of him with the Tusken Raiders. And then that scene of like he should have just called the Mandalorian. That's all he had to do. Like, hey, I helped you out. You got to help me out here. And that could have been a nice cameo scene because like the Mandalorian, we don't know. Like, we could have followed the Mandalorian after this show and see where he was going without us like needing to even see the show if we wanted to. But they didn't. So they basically had him hijack it. And also, this show actually did fan service really badly because like, so it showed Luke basically adhering to the old rules of the Jedi Order, which doesn't fucking make sense because he was different from the old order. Like he had attachment and shit. So it doesn't make sense that he would make Baby Yoda, Grogu. I'm just gonna
Such a stupid ass name.
like, it's not that bad, but like it's pretty good. Like basically, he makes him choose, and it doesn't make
Green
sense.
muffin?
It really just doesn't make sense for Luke. So they kind of just destroy, like they character assassinated him some more in this series too. Like they're so inconsistent. And also at this point, they really should just hire Sebastian Stan to play Luke because he looks a lot like Mark Hamill did.
He does.
And I think he could do a good job. But
I have seen that photo. I would be interested to see that.
Again, I digress. So basically, at the end of this show, it was fairly underwhelming. The
I feel like it's a bot. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think this one person can be watching us for this long. We're not that interesting.
Yeah.
But
well,
this is our first.
But if
you are watching this, thank you.
Thanks. Well, this is our first episode. We're gonna get our groove like in, I don't know, the 10th episode.
Maybe, yeah.
But anyways, I can.
If we ever do this again.
Oh yeah, we will. This is fun.
This is fun, man. So basically, from this point,
If you think we're always gonna talk about Star Wars, we're not. We
We're
have
not.
like
We talk about other stuff.
We have a list.
Like movies and shows and characters and everything.
Wait until we talk about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna tear that show.
That'll be a while though. 'cause,
I'm gonna tear that show apart. I'm
Bro,
gonna
you
rip it
literally
open.
just told me that you're liking it right now. So I would zip it if I were you.
Oh, you're gonna make me zip it, Schmitz?
Yes.
Okay. Wait till we talk about your favorite. Oh wait, I shouldn't spoil it. Involves running.
what the fuck? Okay. Anyways, back to it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, back to this. So basically, yeah, it was underwhelming finale. It was very stupid. Oh, I didn't even mention the slowest like chase scene of all time in like one of the episodes. Like I don't even remember, but like you know, like the Twi'lek. That was so fucking
They
stupid.
were so
So
stupid.
bad.
Okay, I'll give you this.
They were so
The
out
one
of
part
place.
about the show is I hate the bikers. Their bikes are so
They
slow.
were like the fucking Power Rangers. They reminded me of that.
What is with this pale-looking girl in Tatooine? Out of all places, she should not be pale. She should be like dirty.
It's not how you should. Yeah. But
It's
basically,
dusty.
so yeah, the show basically sucked ass, and I think it's a testament to like the quantity over quality take that Disney takes with their shows, and how they just don't give a shit about the old characters that we all know and love. And
Yeah,
they
You know what I realized?
they only care about the characters that they made.
You know what I realized?
Yeah.
There's not a lot I disagree with you on when it comes to Star Wars. I gotta be honest.
Mhm.
We kind of agree on everything.
We kind of do agree on everything.
You not so much, but
I'm a man of many tastes, gentlemen, and I do not prefer broccoli over ice cream.
Dude, I think you're dipping that broccoli in shit when you eat it because.
No. I like ice cream.
Really? I never heard that as us liking nice chocolate ice cream and chocolate milk too. Well, you're dipping that broccoli in shit. So.
No, you guys are broccoli. I'm ice cream.
I think the internet would say otherwise.
We'll let you guys be the judge of that.
Yeah, you guy.
You guy or girl, I don't. We
You
can't,
realize,
we can't see
when
through
like
the
when like
camera.
the live ends, like it does like become its own video.
Yeah, it does. It's gonna be like.
So people will be.
I think right now we're like an hour and 20 minutes.
We are. Holy shit! This is a great. This
It's
is
like
great.
people are going to like. I'm not gonna watch it. Oh, like usually when I watch when I watch lives again, I usually just like watch.
Skim through it.
I skim through it.
Yeah.
I do listen to what they say.
No, with
Like,
podcasts, it's like you need like something that like just become background noise.
Okay, we're off topic. We need to get back on topic. Okay, so basically, my rating for Book of Boba Fett is basically 3 out of 10, the same I gave the sequel trilogy. This show is just not aged well at all. It's really bad. I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
9.5 out of 10. I already rated it because I just love the show.
I'm re-rating it. I'm giving it a 3.1.
Alright.
Why? Because of Vader?
No, I gotta give it a better review than Obi-Wan because I'm just way too disappointed.
That's saying a lot.
No,
Anyways.
it's not actually.
Alright, next show.
Here, can I give another rating? 9.6 out of 10 because one, they were at least able to make a Boba Fett show, and that's saying a lot. They were able to make a show about Boba Fett. Don't look at me like that. You're scaring me. Like, it's not that easy to make a show about a character like that. They don't
They
know
made
that
a show about Obi-Wan. I mean,
There was a lot of Obi-Wan. No, not much.
are you
of
talking
Obi-Wan.
about like?
They made a character about.
Okay, yeah, but they did it wrong though. Like still, like what they had to go off of was 5 minutes of screen time, and they couldn't even get that right.
Honestly,
Clone Wars
here's a
episodes.
golden standard I have for like intense for character studies because these are what they are. They're character studies, but they're failures at it. The best character study is probably Better Call Saul, especially
Never
like
seen
the
it.
last.
I've
season.
not-
You guys haven't seen it. I get that.
You
I've
can't
heard
really.
it.
You guys should pick another example. You
But
gotta,
it's
like,
probably one of the best character studies of like all time because like over 6 seasons you see this like you just see like it's fucking awesome. You
I've
can't even
heard
describe
it's
it.
really good. I've heard it's really good.
Like yeah, I haven't finished the series yet, but like I know it's gonna be great because it's gonna be amazing. And I've already seen so many like complex things in the show as it's happening. Like, and I'm only on season 4, so I can't even wait for the last 2 seasons. So basically, yeah. So it fails at being a character study, which is basically what this is.
There's no way there's still one person watching this, dude. I hate freaking.
No, there's one person.
If there's actually one person watching,
There's probably
this,
one person.
Kudos.
Thank you.
Kudos. They
All right.
Probably have.
So, anyways, yeah. Basically, it fails as being it's a failure. Disney has a quantity over quality thing going on with both Marvel and Star Wars. I'm not gonna lie,
I
they're
feel like-
both series.
All right, I feel like we've gotten a lot of enough of Star Wars. I think I don't know how we can rate. I don't know how much more we can rate these shows because it seems to just be getting worse.
Okay, you know what?
I don't know.
No,
Let's
we're
go
gonna
to Bad
we're gonna-
Batch and
Okay, you want to go Bad Batch? Because I was thinking maybe
Let's go Bad
we can pause and shows and say our favorite characters of throughout all the Star Wars.
Yeah,
or we
let's-
can just go Bad Batch, whatever.
you know what? What's like
Go favorites. Go
let me
favorites.
take a small break to stretch because I've been sitting down for way too long.
You like stretching, don't you?
Yeah, I do like
This is your second time.
Yeah, this is my second time.
I have ADHD, so I have to like figure it out.
I have to. I will say though, my favorite quote in the new Star Wars TV shows is "Weapons are a part of my religion." That's my favorite quote.
Sounds like every single American.
Lol.
Whoa!
All right, but anyways,
My favorite. Let's
favorite
see.
character.
You go first. Ladies first.
No.
Hey man.
Anyone want to start?
Final start. My favorite
Ladies
character.
first.
My favorite character. Oh, thank you.
Age before beauty.
Aww.
No, I had age before beauty. That means you're old and we're beautiful.
Yes.
You know, being an old man is like wrinkles add character for us.
Oh hell yeah, they do. I'm gonna get one scar on the right up here that matches with like my.
Okay. Anyways,
My favorite character. God, there's so many. It's not Luke. I like Luke, but it's not Luke.
he is a different kind of.
It's
hero.
not Han.
He doesn't get the girl at the end, so that's actually a pretty different kind of hero. Especially for one that came out in like the 70s, when like movies
Let me
like James
see.
Bond were out, and like he always got the girl.
Let me see.
Oh yeah, that's an understatement.
My favorite-
He always got like 6 girls. Actually.
Yeah.
Every girl changed in every movie.
He's
They
got
never
a few,
kept the
he's got a
same.
few bitches on the side.
Oh,
So yeah, that was like a different kind
this
of
is
hero.
this is obvious.
So.
This is a little bit obvious. I like Cad Bane.
Is that your favorite?
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Okay.
He's great in
Explain.
Clone Wars.
Because he's got such a. He's got
He's
like such an easy side to him, but he's like so unique. Like his design, the
He's-
way he acts, the way he just. Let me speak, please. Seriously.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
The way they act, the way they talk, his voice is so cool, and like I love his design. It's also he's based off of Angel Eyes from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. He's the bad guy in that movie.
Oh, isn't that like a Western movie or something?
Yeah, that's why he's got that.
I heard
Like,
that was pretty good.
yeah, it's like 3 hours long too.
Really?
It's good though, and I love how he's like kind of got the Mandalorian stuff going. Like he's got the rocket boots, he's got the gauntlets, but he's got like this cool hat. He's just really cool. And he's very sly, cunning, and very evil. So like even if he was a good guy, you know it, he like wouldn't be doing it because he's good. He'd be doing it for like the money, and it's just a really cool like character. And I love that he was in the Book of Boba Fett for as long as he was, and I love seeing him in the Bad Batch, and I loved seeing him in the Clone Wars. And it was so cool seeing like that kind of bounty hunter go up against like Jedi.
Yeah, that was pretty
So
cool.
yeah, that's my favorite character.
Like it made him an actual threat. So let's see. Although he was listed in the Book of Boba Fett. But anyways, let's see here. Let's see here. I'd say my favorite character. Should we do good guy? Like good guy, like just character.
Just what character is your favorite?
My favorite.
Any good guy or bad guy?
I already chose mine.
My favorite would have to be
Can't say Vader. Too easy.
Grievous.
Yeah, you can.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm gonna say that, yeah. I did think of Vader, but I honestly love Grievous. His design is amazing. Like I always found it to be pretty cool, and like especially his 2003 version just was like fucking badass. And I also like his backstory is never really explained in like the actual shows or movies, but like I did watch like a lore video about him, and that was pretty like it was pretty damn cool learning about him. So he's honestly just my favorite character just from learning about that. So and also like everything else that goes along with him.
All right. Mine requires no thinking. I thought this way for many years, probably ever since I first watched it. Anakin Skywalker, so that's Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Is
one of the best villains.
my favorite Star Wars character, my second favorite character ever. Just because of he's the main character of this entire series, and the arc he goes on is like he's my favorite character. But I mean, I think there's a difference between favorite character and best character, and
He's not the best.
I think
Who's the best character then?
no, I think if you had to choose between who's the best character in terms of story and arc and
Probably
personality,
Vader. Probably Vader.
I say it's got to be him because
It's his. George Lucas himself has said that the Star Wars saga is basically the story of Darth Vader. So.
yeah, it's literally I think opinion aside, I think he's the best character, and he's also my favorite character. So yeah. All right.
I agree.
That was a nice one.
For once, I agree with you.
I agree. Drew reluctantly, yes, I agree. Alright, anyways.
That Grievous thing, man, that just really pissed me off. I'm kidding. I like Grievous. I like that we choose the like good and bad guys.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's say my favorite good guy would have to probably be. It would probably have to be Obi-Wan, honestly.
I agree. Probably one of my favorite too.
My
favorite good guy.
My favorite good guy, Mando.
That's actually not bad too.
No, it's not like super difficult, but it's pretty easy.
Okay, but anyways, Bad Batch. The Bad Batch, if you will. Let's do this.
Gotta be honest, guys. I watched 2 episodes of Bad Batch. And I tuned out. Why? I watched the first episode. I'll go first. I'll be quick.
Alright.
The first episode I thought was actually good. It was
an hour long.
It was really long, and I thought it was good. Like the whole Order 66 thing, and how the sniper guy, I forgot his name, was
Crosshair.
Crosshair. He's like, I think he's so wired.
He's evil.
Yeah.
I already.
But the other 3 were like, no, we're not gonna kill a Jedi or something. I thought that was pretty cool, and how I saw Crosshair becoming evil. And then episode 2 was like super short. I don't know, it was like 30 minutes or something.
They were stuck on like a planet. And they
I
had
felt
to
like
fix a
it
planet.
kind of like stepped down, and I kind of just tuned out from there, and that was that.
Let's see.
I never watched the rest of the show, so I can't really have an opinion on it. I gotta be honest. So
I can form an opinion based upon what I have seen. So I did see. I think I like binged it, and then I didn't really remember too much of it. But I will try to review it fairly. So basically, I think all the Order 66 scenes were, of course, top notch. I think it was really good how they like showed how like the Empire was like forming. I think they did a good job explaining what happened to the Clone Army and what happened to the Kaminoans. It's like
Sadly.
it's pretty good. Like I think it was pretty good explanation for why they got rid of them, and it was pretty good like that. Again, it carried over that theme of like the clones just being war veterans being tossed aside. So it was kind of like that. And then, let's see, from there, I think the show kind of, let's see here, I think it kind of loses me when it, I don't know, I think when it doesn't focus on that Order 66 stuff, it doesn't really hold my interest as much anymore. Because from that point, it basically becomes, oh, this is something I've noticed a lot. It basically becomes the Mandalorian, where like, it's like an older, gruffier character kind of is taking care of like
It's literally every show.
Yeah. The entertainment
I
industry.
think that's Filoni's entire thing.
The entertainment industry needs to come up with a different type of story because
Let's see.
the story is so
Rebels-
played out by now.
Rebels, Kenobi, Bad Batch,
Mandalorian. was
Mandalorian.
very
That's
famous.
4.
Anakin? No, like Clone Wars.
Clone Wars. I mean,
Clone Wars does
yeah,
count.
that was kind of the first one. I mean.
That was.
And
There
that,
was-
that was also wasn't the main focus of Clone Wars.
And
I feel like these four shows
Ahsoka
were
kind
the
of
main
was
focus.
more of an agent of her own.
I got
a little bit.
great idea what they should do. Have a young guy take care of an old dude. Switch up the roles.
Like Baby Driver.
I can't wait to talk about that movie.
Usually when they do that though, the mentor usually dies. Like because the old man
except
would
the
be
Baby
there.
Driver. He just went to a home.
Yeah, he went to a home and then baby just went to
Yeah, he's like, peace
prison.
out.
Yeah, baby just went to prison and then he got out.
Nice.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about
Wait, did he actually get out, or was that like?
I think we're a little off
I
topic.
think
It's alright. It's alright. There's only one person watching, maybe. But like, okay, explain. Was that a dream, or was that actually like? Did
I think he did get out.
I hope
He did, because like, there's no way they would be like, he never, because he got out.
Yeah.
Like, think about it, that kid, he definitely got out. He like turned himself in, he finally like, he admitted all the truth, and like, some good things were said about him, so like, he probably got out in like 2
The only detractor from that movie is the fact that, you know, Kevin Spacey is in it.
Oh, I ignore like the controversy of that kind of stuff with.
No,
those
there's
kind of
one
movies.
line that just, that's really, it's just really bad that Kevin Spacey says.
What's it again?
Speaking
The
of,
balls on
I
this
mean,
movie.
I know we're kind of.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that line freaks me out.
That is very,
I
very
know we're
bad.
kind of off topic, so I'm gonna get this over with quickly.
Yeah,
Have you guys seen Inception?
I have.
Yes.
Okay.
I spoiled the ending for
and-
myself, by the way.
Oh.
I know what it means, so I won't tell you
It's
guys.
such a good ending.
Like, so you know if he's in a dream or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me, please.
Okay, Drew, do you want to hear
You
this?
can like. I need to.
So-
know.
Oh, I know the ending.
Whenever Michael Caine's character's on screen, that's when you know if you're in reality.
Michael Caine did say, he's like, Chris told me,
And
like,
wait,
whatever
wait,
scene I'm in.
was
I-
that-
Like, you know, like he's like the old guy with like white hair, like Michael Caine. Like he played
Alfred the Butler.
Okay.
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
whenever he's on screen, it's reality.
Okay, so was he in the dream or was
No.
he?
He was in reality. So the ending was.
Let's go! Yeah, you don't realize this. I always forget about this. Every Christopher Nolan movie kind of always ends with like kind of a happy ending.
Yeah, that's.
Interstellar, I always thought ended with like with a horrible thing, but then it ended kind of good.
It was a bittersweet ending, I think, that one, because
Yeah,
you know
that
he-
girl was kind of stranded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That girl was stranded, and also, you know, he basically never saw his daughter again. Like, he
Yeah.
saw his daughter for like the first 10 years of her life, and then he came back and she was dying.
Yeah.
So it's pretty sad just watching,
He
watching
was,
your own
He was the
child
same
die.
age. That had to have been trippy.
Oh, it's a weird movie. The worst part was I watched this movie while I was in the car on my way to a family trip. I couldn't hear a single goddamn thing they were saying because
It's
they
a
were
little-
whispering. But it's a
I will
great
say,
movie.
though, it's a little like, the part when they go into the, sorry, we're so far off topic. When they go,
Instagram thing.
Go flip.
when they go into the black hole.
I should just put this on airplane mode, but do not read it. It's not that important.
When they go into the black hole, it's so like I don't really know how to like it's
They
cool,
spent 100 hours on that.
but like I don't know. It's like it feels very weird. It's like It feels very like it just feels weird. I don't know. It feels convenient for the plot because it allows him to go home eventually.
No, it's just like those weird things.
It's
like,
just weird.
It's weird when he's like in the bookshelf and he's like, he is gravity. Like he is gravity in that scene.
I thought,
So
I
fucking
thought it was
weird.
crazy when he got off that planet and he watched all the videos of his son like growing up. I was like, holy shit.
Oh, that you guys know that meme where like he's like looking at like yeah that was tough too.
No, the best part was when I was watching this movie, I've seen the clip of like, where it's like, no. My brother is watching, he's like, that's where the clip is from. I'm like, holy shit, yeah.
Okay, we are getting back on topic.
No. It's not if we like go off.
This has been 109 minutes, guys.
Jesus Christ.
Sweet.
Oh God, practice is over by now. It's like 4. It's like almost 5.
Good.
Sweet.
Alright.
I could honestly.
Hey, by the way, Drew, you might want to make this podcast last or this session last because after this we are watching Game of Thrones. So.
Okay, let's
No.
prolong the inevitable. Now, it all started when a giant meteorite came down on Earth, and it was full of this stuff called vibranium. And then the Wakandans came over, they took it and realized we can make this special. So they made all their alloys, all their like weapons and technology based on vibranium.
I zoned out. What
And
the
then came in the Eternals. Now the Eternals were created by the Celestials. Celestials are these big giant
What?
motherfuckers.
Why are we on Marvel now?
I had to prolong the inevitable.
Nah, you ain't prolonging anything.
Fucking hell, dude. Alright, side note, vibranium.
Let's just talk
Side
about
note-
like our movies. I think
Side note,
we've got
vibranium is a very convenient.
Nah, bro, it's Game of Thrones time.
Oh no!
Wait, I thought
We're still talking about.
It's
We're
been
getting
110
minutes,
minutes,
bro. We were planning for 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, we had a plan for 30. I forgot about the 30 minutes.
Oh, guys, can we just finish this?
Yeah, finish and when we're
Sorry,
watching
we're not
Game
trying
of
to be
Thrones.
done with you. We're just trying to be done with
Fine,
the show.
fine.
Next, you're gonna like this next episode. Like a good part happens in the next episode.
They,
Okay,
they
let's-
always convince me.
Alright, this is the last show, right? Rebels is the last show.
Yeah, Rebels.
Alright, let's do Rebels. So Rebels is basically
I got. Let's just all say one word that we don't. No, let's just say two, like a couple words
a
that we
few
don't.
sentences. I need sentences to say this.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll go first. Fucking sucks. It's not fun. The only good parts are when the original characters are in it. Maul steals the show. Ahsoka's great. The fight between her and Vader is awesome. Ending's not good because they just get rid of Thrawn in the worst way possible. There, I'm done.
Yeah, they do time travel in a very weird thing.
What do you rate it?
6 out of 10.
You gave it a 6 out of 10 after all of that.
Most of the
You
most
hated
like,
it.
most like the old characters take up like most of the show though. That fight between Obi-Wan and Maul though, that
The animation is bad.
the thin lightsabers suck. Thin light.
They are so.
I get it. I give it a 4 out of 10.
I give it a 5.
Jesus Christ.
It's on the same level as Kenobi for me. It's just not very good. It's not very bad. It's not like the main thing that carries it for me isn't even like it really is just Vader. It's like let's see that one meme. Then you will die braver than most. That's the best thing I got from that movie.
You mean Shum?
I don't care. I don't care enough about the show to respect it. And
do
I
you think, like, can we actually, like, do we know who's watching us right now? Or, like, does YouTube have a thing, like...
I don't know. They might prefer to.
That's
remain
that's
anonymous.
Instagram.
Yeah.
They might prefer to remain anonymous. So
Yeah.
we'll just leave it at that.
I mean,
There's more
but
one
there's
who's
no-
watching-
I
there's
mean,
more
what
one
Well,
who's-
it's probably a friend of Drew's if someone actually was watching. But
I don't know. It could just be a random person.
It could, but
It's
what are the
Kevin
chances?
It's Kevin's
You
face.
follow Kevin Spacey.
I hope God.
better
I
not.
God, I hope not.
Okay, anyways, back on topic. Basically, Rebels is basically Clone Wars light. It's basically not as good. It's like it's
Yeah, Clone
it's
Wars
just
light.
not good.
L-I-T-E.
L-I-T-E, really?
Oh, and the show makes the Empire look like complete buffoons.
Oh yeah, my question is, why do they keep taking stormtrooper costumes if they have some that they've already stolen? Why do they keep stealing them? Just keep the damn things.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
All right, so that's it. That's it.
That's it. That is our Star Wars franchise review. So,
Thank you for watching one person.
Wait, hold on. Oh, okay, so let's just do closing words for the entire franchise. And that's a personal opinion of mine. Is that the second that something is called a franchise rather than like a saga or a story, that is when said franchise.
He's
and
a writer,
story-
so he's always got to critique stuff. It's his main thing.
That's
It's
facts.
best to just
It's
let it
facts. It's facts.
You gotta critique stuff. Okay, but anyways, once a story or saga is called a franchise, it's just kind of lost its touch. It's not what it once was anymore. It's being made for the company. And this company, in this case, is Disney. So
You'll never find a more higher form of scum and villainy than Disney.
I don't know, dude. All the studios are not.
All right.
There's some good
All
stuff.
right, closing words.
I'll do closing words first. I'm gonna say 1977 to 2005 was Dubs, and 2015
Peak cinema.
to presents is L's. Mine's Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That's my closing words.
Never mind. You start with something pure, something great. Then it just gets, and then it. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut
You
up!
don't
I'm
have any-
shut up!
Yep.
All right. Start with something great, something pure, but then gets corrupted. That's what a wise man once said. All right, that's all I got. Thanks for watching Film Buffs. This is the first episode, and yeah, we will be back in like, I don't know, a week or something. So thank you for the one person who was watching the entire time. You're an absolute G. And for anyone else who watches this in the future, stay tuned.
Yo,
Stay tuned. We'll be
say
back.
something in live chat so we know you're real. Cool. All right.
Dude, awesome. All right. And
They might just want to watch.
yeah, all right. And we are done.